You hear that? Listen closer. That, my friend, is the deafening sound of focus. It drowns out all the useless noise that can clutter the moment. Naysayers don't exist. Haters? Smaters? The peanut gallery? Who's that? When you in your zone, all that noise and all that buzz is just elevator music. So, enjoy your journey, focus on your goal, and bask in the quiet roar that is progress. Because when it's your time to shoot that shot, spit that verse, or close that deal, the only voice that matters is yours. Defy Life. The following podcast is being brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network.
This week on the Defy Life Podcast, Tiger Woods is back. More GoFundMe fuckery. The NBA playoffs are in full swing. We get some Patreon shout-outs. We answer some listener questions. And as always, we wrap things up with some trivia. All that and more. Let's get to it.
Defy Life. It's more than just about some football. All my sports teams off season go through withdrawals, 30 minutes to tip off. Like Rakim was saying, weak ideas give me ear problems. Sound like thunder and rain. I'm excited that you came on this journey with three of my friends. Defy life till we die and grow wings. Just a different perspective. Haters in every direction. Refuse to live my life based off your projections. Their expectations are lazy. My expectations are crazy. My lady defies me. Koozie, Brown, Brady, Jordan, LeBron, Aaron, Bonds, Mayweather, Ali Foreman. You get the picture, greatest ever born. I attack without warning. This is not around the horn. The other shows whack, a lot of yawning. You really want to be the best, got to pay the price. We make winning look easy. Welcome to Defy Life. Defy Life.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to the Defy Life Podcast, powered by the Defy Life Podcast Network. This episode is sponsored by Bud Bottles, home of the Bud Bottle and the Bud Freshener. Please visit budbottles.com for your odor eliminating needs. You can listen to the Defy Life Podcast on iTunes, Google Play Music, go to defylife.com, and everywhere your favorite podcasts are available. As always, we encourage you to like, share, subscribe, and 5-star rate whenever you listen. You can also find us on all social media platforms at Go Defy Life. This is episode 103, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, J.R. Glymph, joined as always by my wonderful co-hosts, Alvin Glymph, Gerald Hedrick, Yusuf English. How's it going today, Al?
I'm doing good, cuz. How you doing today, man?
I'm good, man. Can't complain. First I want to apologize. I was in your neck of the woods real quickly this weekend, but I didn't get to see you.
See, that's the shit I'm talking about. I'd rather people not even mention that shit to me.
But
don't even let me know you came into Georgia and then shout a homeboy out.
But I was there to surprise my sister who couldn't know I was there, and she was staying at your house. So it was kind of difficult.
Okay. I understand. We'll cut you some slack and you get a pass on that.
Yeah. So, I had to stay on the north side. But yeah, man. It was good. Touchdown in the 84 minute.
After further review, the flag has been picked up.
Ah, man, appreciate that.
The flag has been picked up after further review.
Man, appreciate it. Gerald Hedrick, how's it going today, sir?
Yo, it's 2 for Tuesdays. Yo, I'm good, man. The real is back, man. Hey, after some technical difficulties last week, man, I'm excited to be back in the building, man. I felt like we were in the middle of an awesome convo, man, and my phone started acting all crazy. My whole network went down. But other than that, man, I'm doing pretty good, man. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah, last week we thought you left so you V's and Pooh could go start working on your show. We didn't know what happened.
True that. And I'll be the only one on there. So
no doubt. Well, we know, like, you be there for the first half, Pooh be there for the second half, and V's just wouldn't be there. So that's enough.
Or you would just or you would just hear scrub a dub dub while I'm in the tub.
Rubber ducky, you're the bees, man. Oh man, Yosh, how's it going today, man? Oh, he don't even know how to act.
You know, after a week off, man, I'm back.
I'm
back.
Man.
Yo, did you find an iPad from somewhere or something? What's going on?
I'm back in the building,
man.
It's been a week off. You know, I had to rest my voice last week, man. It was, ooh-wee. It was tough, man. I listened to the show. I felt like I missed some. Like, that show was the perfect show for me not to be on.
No word.
It was the stars aligned for me not to be on, because I couldn't make no jokes.
Oh yeah, it was kind of heavy last week.
It was deep. Let me say this. In reflection of the show last week, and very rarely do I actually get serious on the show, but I do feel like y'all touched on a couple of things. I agreed with almost everybody's point. Well, I wouldn't say almost. I agree with each point that was made, and I think that that's a conversation that needs to be had on a larger scale. Right. You know, not the fact of who's at fault or who do we deal with or how did we get here, but like, where do we go from here?
Gotcha.
Like, I think it doesn't really matter how Chicago got there, like whether stuff shifted, like Al's point to, like, it was in the Bronx at one point. And then Jay said, well, it just kind of shifted over time to this different area. And I mean, you know, shoot, one of the towns that I was able to go to school at in Jersey, Orange, and Newark, crime is at a ultimate, like, murder is at an ultimate high there. And then not only that, but here in South Carolina, in Orangeburg, somebody go on the T&D. Each day is some form of senseless shooting in Orangeburg, South Carolina. So there is something missing somewhere with these young people. And although violence was there, like, I remember going to Wingate High School, you know, my freshman year in Brooklyn, one of the top 3 worst schools in New York. You had it was E Hall, Erasmus Hall, Lincoln, and Wingate. And I remember going to Boys and Girls High was crazy in the 60s and 70s. You know what I'm saying? And I remember that stuff, and I remember, they had freshman Fridays where you might come out the front and motherfuckers is throwing bricks at freshmen. You know what I'm saying? Like, violence has always been here, but I think now, whereas before, like, it wasn't so much, it wasn't death. Like, now it's like death is a norm. And when it becomes a norm where people are numb to it, because you have somebody die, you go, oh shit, that's fucked up. And it's like, all right, I'm gonna move on. When it becomes a norm, then you have a problem. I think now before it was, yo, we got to fix this shit. Now it's like, yo, I don't know what we can do, so fuck it. We might as well just figure out how the hell to navigate. And I just feel like the conversation you guys had last week was very good, and I'd have played it for my students if it wasn't all the cursing. But
my bad. Y'all done already said I curse too much. I keep trying to tell myself.
I mean, no,
just Keon's fault, man.
But I'm gonna tell you what's crazy.
Blame everything on
what was crazy about the conversation, which made me want to play it for my students, was it was an educated conversation by what I call young black men, because our generation is considered young. Mm-hmm. You know, we're still considered youth. And it's young black men having an educated conversation about what's happening in our community. Now, I told somebody the other day, I said, I can understand your point without agreeing.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right.
There's a difference between agreement and understanding. And so I can understand what you're saying. I just don't necessarily have to agree with you. And I think that that's when you have educated conversation. And that's what you guys had last week, was educated conversation. And I applaud you guys for that. I wish I could have been a part of it. It's good I wasn't a part of it, but I wish I could have been a part of it, because I wouldn't have been able, I would probably my serious side would have really come out, and I'd have lost some fans, because, the ladies love me, man. My fans. I need my fans.
Hey,
Ladies love smart Yosh.
The ladies love that. Yeah, the ladies love that.
Ladies love smart Yosh. You can,
yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Get a lady smart Yosh.
No doubt.
We got
sensitive Yosh. You can give them well. You give them all kind of Yosh, man. But don't mean the ladies love everything Yosh.
Yeah, but I just really on the actual real side, you guys had a real positive and educated conversation, and I think that that conversation needs to be played again. But I digress, and we move on. But violence is nuts right now, and money, to your point that you made last week. Yeah, I got my I got my pistol because I'm gonna defend mine. These niggas is out here getting pistols because they want to offend whatever. Like, they on the offense. Like, we out here playing defense. These niggas out here playing offense. And like, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a difference.
Right.
Like, them niggas is passing, running. Like, we just out here trying to goddamn just hold our own in our homes and protect our kids and our wives, girlfriends, whatever we have, whatever's ours, we're trying to protect it. And that's defensive. And we shouldn't have to live in a society like that. The fucked up part about it is we have to. Like, I don't know if you've seen the Kevin Hart special, but the one that's on Netflix now, it ain't that funny, but there's a part in it where he's like, his house got robbed, so he went and bought 9 guns and just placed them all over the fucking house. And some days I feel like that's what I got to do. And I should not feel like that. But the reality of the situation is, in the society we live in today, you don't never know what's going to happen with these young niggas out here today.
You never know.
You don't never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's like a lot of it's like, and they don't even have no personal issue with you most of the time. A lot of it's like they just out here to prove something to some arbitrary other person or other, like, it's like or they block or like whatever. Like, it, like I guess what the thing, because we've always had violence in our community. Anytime you have people, you have violence.
Always been.
Like I agree with Jay's point of that, but like it used to kind of be like, if you and I had a thing, then like you and I knew when we saw each other, it was going to go. There wasn't no social media and all of that. And we had to have telephones to be like. So I get all of that. Like the access to fuckery is like at an all-time high. Some of the reasons why this shit is at an all-time high is because the access to fuckery is at an all-time high. So I get that, but it used to be like, if you and I had a thing, when you and I saw each other, we knew we had to get down. Like, but that was pretty much, like,
that was it.
I just feel like cats back in the day, when they had beef, they actually had beef for a reason. Whether you was in the game and somebody was on your turf or like whatever, like moving it, like whatever it was, like when cats had beef, there was an actual, at least a legitimate reason. And I'm not trying to justify it. It's just like right now, these young kids will blow your head off for like no reason at all. Like,
see, but money. You want to know the difference though? Money and listening to y'all made me kind of, I guess, look back. And when I looked back, the older heads was actually trying to keep the younger heads out of shit. They was like, I remember older heads in my, like, hey, bro, you don't need to be out here with that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, nah. You need to go back. Nah, this ain't for you. You gonna go do something. You ain't gonna be. Now, once you hit the age where you ain't did shit with your life, and now you out there with them niggas, now it's like, all right, now, okay, yeah, well, fuck it, you out here now. But before that time, like people was trying to push you in the house. They was trying to push, hey man, hey, you don't need to be out here this late. Like you don't need to be out here smoking that shit. You don't need to be out here fucking with this shit. Like you don't need to be out here with this. Those dudes don't exist like that no more.
Yeah, that's a fact. You know what the old heads used to tell me on the block, and I wasn't even on the block, but when I used to just be on the block, the boys used to tell me, "Hey man, get your ass in the house, man. You got school in the morning." Like that's a fact. That's real talk. That's not even like you one of the smartest kids I ever met. Like what you doing out here? Nah, I'm just chilling. Nah, man, this ain't for you.
This shit ain't for you.
So. But it was always like this. It was more like a respect and a protective thing. Like should them dudes to send me home? Like not, you know what I'm saying? Like just like it was just a different time, man. And I agree with you 100%. Like I feel like these cats on the block now be like, oh, well, you 15, you 16, you one of my little bangers now. Like it's just so different.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Jay. I kind of hijacked the intro.
No, you good,
but
man.
I felt like it was some stuff I didn't say because I wasn't here.
Yeah, I wanted your time to speak on it.
And I know you and Al kind of had a little back and forth on basically, shit. If this nigga crosses a line by committing murder, like Al, I agree with you wholeheartedly. You kill somebody, you cross the line. But to Jay's point, I agree with that as well. Like these niggas now don't know any different. Like they don't have anybody teaching them shit different. Like as an educator in the classroom, very few people take these little motherfuckers to the side and be like, first off, ain't that many teachers that look like me. Or look like you, Jay, or look like you, Al, or look like you, Money. Black men do not exist.
And the rest of them scared of the kids.
Exactly. Black men don't exist in you know how many black male teachers, certified teachers there are at my school? It's 3.
All that being said, though, but when you say they don't know no better, is it because they chose not to learn? Because when you say they got few people, that means they had some people.
No, but
so
Al,
if you have been exposed, my only point is that when we remove choices from the equation and the story and the narrative, we're not going to address the cause.
Which is like I said, I kind of agree with both points, and I think that it's tough for me to be in the position I'm in because I actually see like these young dudes. And Al, you coach a lot of these young guys.
I coach. I'm in schools. I get it.
And you could reach some, but you're not gonna reach all.
Correct. You can't save every puppy in the pound.
My principal told me something crazy. He said, and I was offended. I was offended the first time I heard it, but it was some truth to it. He said, Coach, I know you're trying to save every kid you come across. He said, but you can't be a coach, a teacher, and a social worker. You got to pick one. Mm-hmm. And he said, and decide what hill you want to die upon. Mm-hmm. And so I'm in a position where I have to balance. Okay, I'm gonna talk to everybody, but I could only focus on those that listen, because I'm not gonna reach everybody. And so, to Jay's point, yeah, some of these dudes don't know any better. But to your point, and that's why I think the conversation was so crazy, was because I was sitting here going, yeah, I agree with that. And then Jay said something, and I was like, okay, Jay, yep, that's right. And it was just, and I think it just kind of, and somewhere in the middle, I think, is where the solution is. Correct. But
all we're doing is sharing our beliefs, opinions, and I think we're all right.
Yeah, that's why. Because I always like to take this stance. There's more than one answer.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah,
because that's because there's more than one cause. Right. That's Jay. That's because there's more than one cause.
Yeah, and there's
more than
one issue.
Right. There's more than one issue.
When I'm talking with these kids, I try to give them a real perspective in that how I'm bringing it. There's going to be other people who's going to bring it differently. Some people are willing to deal with the kid who doesn't listen. And I let that, trust me, there are people out there. And when you come across that person, hold them dearly. I'm not that motherfucker. I don't work with people who don't help themselves. So I'm clear. I'm like, there's all types of people in the world, and y'all need to understand that. I'm the kind, if you ain't gonna help yourself, I ain't working with you. But there's other people who see it differently, and you need to be gracious when you come across those people, because they few and far between.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. Well, we go on.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great conversation. We'll definitely touch on it again. But like I always say, I love when we get into those passionate conversations about anything, because one, nobody here takes it personally. We don't jump off into name calling and calling each other stupid because I don't agree with you. Like, there's actual real conversations. For one, I think that speaks on that we family, and two, that we all understand that we respect each other enough to know that whatever your take on something is, even though I may not agree with it, I know you've thought it through enough that you really believe that shit. So,
right.
And which is a consistent thing across, every passionate, debate we get into, whether it's, whatever it is. But something that I ain't even have on the docket for the topics for this week, but this just made me think of it when y'all was talking about young crazy dudes. Did y'all see the dude that just went in the Mall of America and found a 5-year-old and threw him off the 3rd floor balcony?
Yo, I saw that.
Damn, bro, I'm about to look that shit up right now.
He just and as the cops are going through it, 24-year-old black dude. He as the cops were investigating, they said that he just came into the mall with the notion that I'm gonna kill somebody. So he got a 5-year-old boy and threw him from the 3rd floor. The kid is barely hanging on. I ain't checked since early this morning.
I was gonna say I don't think the kid passed away yet.
Yeah.
Or I won't even say yet. Hopefully he pulls through, man.
That's the craziest shit I've ever seen. Like, can you imagine just taking your family to the mall and some jackass grab your kid and throw him? Like, that's fucking nuts. Like,
did he have mental issues? Do we know anything, like, in terms of the why? Or?
I don't know. Well, I can guarantee you this: he's black, so we won't find out if he has mental issues because they ain't gonna even worry about that shit. If it was a white dude, then they say the history of the mental issues. Black folks don't get that benefit, so I don't know. I know he had mental issues that day. That's fucking crazy. I ain't never heard nothing like that.
Yeah,
that's some movie shit.
Golly, man.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm wow. And I saw it today, and I was like, or I think I saw it yesterday, or when I know I can't because I'm on CNN a lot. So, but I definitely saw it. I think the fire, the Notre Dame fire, kind of took more like news stories away. But like, yeah, oh man, I was like, what? Like a 5-year-old,
right?
Yeah, people are crazy, man. Like, and Al and I say this all, like, evil is real. So there are sick people and hurt people, and I understand all of that, but even like also evil is real.
But Money, let me ask you a question. I'm gonna ask all y'all the same question because I've always pondered this, and I know people have different opinions. Do you think people are good by nature?
Yes, I think by nature there's something like innately in us that makes us desire to be good.
Al, how about you?
I think we are all different, and I think some of us are, and I think some of us are not.
All right. Yo, you think people are good by nature?
That's a tough one. I think when you have seen or experienced evil, so much evil, you almost kind of have to think, yo, that shit, some motherfuckers might just be evil. But does a baby come out like as a kid? Is it nature or nurture is the question. Like, is it shit that they learn along the way that just fucks them up? You know what I'm saying? Or stuff that they see, or their experiences, or, you know, daddy wasn't around, so mama did fucked up shit to me, so now I'm gonna go fuck up a woman. Or, you know, when I was younger, you know, who knows what this dude's thought process was. And my question was, let me tell you something. I got a 6-year-old, and I think each one of us has kids, except you, Money. I don't know if I've ever been in a position with my kids where anybody could grab my child and throw them from shit. That's not blaming nobody. That's just saying.
Bro. I mean, things just happen, man.
No, fuck that.
Second.
It does take a split second.
You could be holding your 5-year-old's hand and somebody just snatch him up.
Yo, I feel what you saying. That motherfucker gonna wear ass whooping. The cops wouldn't have got to that ass before I did.
Yeah, that don't mean it can't happen though. I mean,
I'm not saying it can't happen, but Jay, so you mean to tell me you got your 5-year-old child? You being you now, like, you know you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And Al, you too. You got your 5-year-old kid in the mall, and y'all in the mall. I make sure, like, I am extremely cognizant of where my kids are at all fucking times.
I mean, but they're not handcuffed to your wrist.
I'm holding this motherfucking hand.
You could have been took a second to look down at your phone.
But you don't hold by you.
And I'm not blaming anything. The fact that he didn't get his ass whooped before the cops got there, or somebody did, like, ain't shit happened. You know what I'm saying?
Your 5-year-old laying at the bottom of the fucking mall. Like,
yeah,
so,
like,
man, shit. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, think about it. He throws him over the rail. He runs in the other direction.
Right.
You gonna chase him, or you gonna go after the child?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Yeah. It's a tough call.
And what I try to do, like, especially in situations like that, because that's extreme, like, which is why we're talking about it.
Yeah, that's extreme.
I hate to say what I would do in that situation because I don't know. I honestly don't know what I would do.
I agree, Jay, but, like, I always try to put myself in that place, and I think that it makes you like this in retrospect, like, because now it's hindsight. Now we're looking at it.
Go into a state of shock. You would first go into a state of shock and fucking utter disbelief. That is what you would do if you saw your baby. Like, that is what you would do.
Because
I think anger, you're right.
Because at that point, you're not thinking. It's all raw emotions.
Yeah, and in my raw emotion, I think I'm just going off of what I believe myself. Like I believe, like, for me, yeah, I think I would have to run down the stairs or whatever, but I would try to kill the motherfucker. Like, I know I would. Like, I just know the anger that would be in me for that person at that moment. Like, it's a tough call. It's a tough call. I think people will make it either way. People say anything either way.
And I feel you on, like, right now talking to y'all, like, I would want to whoop his ass. Like, yeah, I want to beat the shit out of him. But I don't but my instinct would be to follow.
Run, help your child.
And not even run. Like, my first instinct, like, considering the dude snatched the kid, threw him over the thing, and took off running. Just as quick as I said that, my first instinct is going to be to at least my body language and my eyes are going to follow my child, right?
Yeah.
And so,
okay, I see you on that.
As long as it, like, and then once I realize what the fuck just happened, by the time I turn around, this dude is gone.
But they caught him. In it.
Yeah, I mean, the rent cops caught him. The mall cops caught him, but I'm saying,
that's what I'm saying. So if the mall's cop caught him, if the mall cops caught him, and them motherfuckers ride scooters, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Man,
it's just kind of.
I know some parents' mental states would have been to jump off the fucking third floor.
Yeah,
after
that's what
their
I'm saying.
kids,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
Listen, let me tell you
because that
something.
is the fastest way to get to them.
Right.
Let me
Like,
tell you
so,
something. Lynn
I'm
would have
telling
jumped off that edge. Lynn would have jumped off the
telling you,
motherfucking balcony.
There are parents out there that would have
Right.
jumped off the third floor after their
Absolutely.
kid.
I probably would have had to hold my wife back from jumping.
Yeah, Lynn would have broke both her legs
Right.
jumping off that goddamn shit just to get to Mira Edison. And I know that. You know what I mean? And but that's just fucked up. Like that dude need whatever's coming to him, and he gonna get all kind of shit in jail because he deserve every single piece of whatever he gonna get. Ass whoopings, ass rapings, I don't know. But whatever he gonna get, he deserve.
Well, that's fucking terrifying, man. Like that is.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is like, because it's like it's just some shit you don't see. Like, I don't know, but yeah, that's just
that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
And you know now, so that like we like the product industry tries to produce products to help solve things that could potentially happen.
Right.
You know, they have the little kid leashes and the little kid whatever's. I mean, I'm trying to imagine what the production industry will design to help prevent somebody from just snatching your kid out your fucking hand or from
one thing.
even from
I'm
older
thinking they
hands.
might
Like,
raise, like they might try to add a, like when you cross over bridges to stop people from throwing stuff over there. You know how they got like raised fences.
Right.
They might try to put that over the rails so
Or
that
put the glass up to the ceiling or
something.
something.
Mm-hmm. But you're right. Good point, Money. Good point.
yeah, that's crazy to me. Like, it's just like I could just see a commercial like, we got baby handcuffs. Like you ever worried about? I just like to have to design shit to keep people from grabbing your kids out your hands. That's insane to me. That's insane to me.
Yeah, because I mean, even if like I hold my kid's hands. You walking through the mall, especially even like when they were little. 5, you hold your kid's hand, but you're not holding on tight enough because you're not anticipating. Right. It's kind of like you walking through school with a basketball. At some point, you're gonna get to a point where somebody can knock it out your hand. Even though if just somebody knocked this ball out of my hand, I got 50 push-ups to do in practice. But at some point, you relax. It's just part of it. I don't even know how you would prevent that.
Because you're not that guarded. Like you're just not that guarded. Right. You're walking through the mall. You're going to get some sneakers or check out the new iPhone or whatever. You're just not thinking, oh, somebody's gonna come snatch my fucking kid. Like that's just not what you think.
Right. Yeah, it ain't like you walking through the mall during a zombie apocalypse. Like you just walking through the mall on a Saturday. So you chilling. But it's crazy. I don't know, man. I feel for that family. That is, I cannot imagine. Like, but yeah, man. That's the intro.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
We're good. Good conversation. Before we go any further, I do want to shout out. We got one new patron for this week on Patreon, Jennifer Griffith. Thank you so much for your patronage. Your name has been added to the Defy Life Wall of Fame. So just visit GoDefyLife.com and look for Defy Life patrons, and your name has been added. So Jennifer,
shouts out Jennifer,
no doubt. Salute to you, Jennifer, and all of our other patrons for all of your support. Definitely take advantage of everything that's on the Patreon page. You got exclusive content. You got the 10-spot minicast. You have Yosha's Sunday dinner. Definitely got to get that. You can damn near put a cookbook together with it. You also have my cocktail of the week to match every dinner of the week that he has. You have the Sunday jazz mix. So a lot of stuff out there and more coming. So and the perks that you get with being a patron. So you can get anything from a guest spot to be on one of the shows on the network, any show of your choice. Be a guest on the 10 spot. You get free Defy Life gear up to twice a year. Anything from your choice, from anything on the line. Defy Life bracelets, all kind of stuff. So thank you guys for supporting. Anybody else that is wants to become a patron of Defy Life, definitely go visit patreon.com/Go Defy Life. And Jennifer, again, thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Word.
Shouts out to you, Jennifer. I was looking for the right song for you, baby, but I couldn't find one.
Oh, boy. He's right. Oh man. Well,
first of all, I thought you left your iPad, though. You come up with intro music. You just got finished telling me I ain't got no music or nothing.
Yo, man, listen.
Did you find your iPad in your book bag or something?
No. My iPad is in my office at work, so I had to hook up the backup cell phone to the mixer and pull up YouTube. So I don't have my touch buttons to get to my joint. So I gotta search, but I'm always ready. Always ready.
True the fuck that.
oh man.
Hey, yo, I text Jay, when Jay said the topics, I text Jay and said, yo, it's on tonight. I'm ready.
Right. And then yo said, yo, Jay, call me when you get him, and I gotta talk to you about something. I was like, all right, give me 10 minutes. And I call him, and I'm like, yo, what up? Man, I don't even know why the fuck I needed you to call me. I was like, you all hype about these damn topics and what chicks you can try to run up on the call. And you forgot what we supposed to be talking about. But yeah, man. Speaking of being ready, Tiger Woods look pretty ready. Tiger's back, y'all. Tiger Woods, y'all.
Tiger Woods.
Right. So first of all, Al, I'm sorry for the meme I sent you. I just saw it on Facebook and I thought it was fucking hilarious.
It was funny.
It was definitely
it was definitely funny.
All right. At first I was like, man, because it's a like that joke about the Cowboys and playoffs and stuff is just it's such an easy target now. But considering what's going on with Tiger and all this, like it was funny. But I say all that to say, like, first off, Al, is this the best, like, when you look at a career arc, is this the best comeback you've ever seen?
Ooh, the best comeback. I mean, like, winning the Masters in golf is major.
Mm-hmm.
So go a decade, and not only just go a decade, because they're like, you look at there's plenty of athletes who go 10 years of competing at a high level and don't win anything.
Right.
What he did, though, was he went from dominant to falling off, and we don't think you'll ever get back here,
right,
to getting back there and overcoming physical challenges, media challenges, family challenges, just aging in general,
drug challenges,
all of that, to get back to top of his sport. So, when you look at the full totality of his comeback, it has to be one of the greatest ever. And, a movie will be made about it. Like his legacy has only deepened. And if he takes this and then goes a period of dominance again, he then goes into the greatest athlete conversation ever.
Right.
Just because, and it's even to just do that, to me, would be remarkable, honestly. I mean, I was shocked. I mean, not to say I underestimated or didn't do it. I mean, I'm not into golf like that. But I am into bad backs like that.
Right.
I have had a bad back, and like to get to a point to where he's able to do that, shout out to him. I'm impressed.
And considering a week before,
he deserves it.
Like during the week before the Masters, he was overseas trying to figure out a way that he could play. He was in so much pain. So, that in itself, like that's crazy. I don't know, Money, the greatest comeback you've ever seen in sports?
Man. Yeah, I'm. Well, first of all, I've been so I have a argument with like people I work with because I think he's gonna retire or leave the game with the most majors ever, and I've been saying that for years, and the guys at work always like, no, he's done, he's washed up, and I'm like, nah, man, Tiger got more juice in him. So I've been saying that for at least 3 or 4 years. So it felt really, really good. In fact, it's been a really good week for me at work. Because I've been really rubbing it in. Like I'm telling y'all, man, Tiger's on the prowl. But I agree with everything Al said, except I didn't think that the fall off was like gonna be a forever thing. He's just too great at what he does to not win anymore. And I honestly felt like a lot of his issues were back related, but I also felt like mentally he was like, I felt like he had lost some of that mental toughness. And I just needed him and that he also needed to get a win and then kind of regain that focus, man. There's nothing scarier in golf than having that tiger on your back, man. Everyone knows it. And I think, man, this could be the restart of how special this guy is, man. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens next. And like I said, I think he's gonna retire, breaking old Jack's record, man. I think he's coming for it.
No doubt. Yosh, what say you?
I have a couple of points here. One is I had a conversation with a friend of mine about it, and he was like, he's not sure how much the injuries played into him coming back, or how much anything else did. He thought that the major issue for Tiger was learning how to play with a different routine. Because if the hose was a part of his routine, the hose was no longer there. So he kind of had to figure out whatever it was to come, because, and Al and Jay being an athlete, Money, you playing sports, and you have a routine before each game. And your routine is usually big, especially if you can get the same thing. If you can have consistency with it, it usually goes into how you deal with competition. And once your routine is ruptured or is changed or whatever, it can throw you off. And for that, you had the big change in his life, why, issues in his marriage, injuries. So now the routine is drastically changed. And then here he is, he's back. I think he was one stroke off the lead on Saturday, and he just kept playing through. And the fact that he was on the leaderboard on Saturday, I was like, yo, he's going to win it. When I heard that he was one stroke off the lead on Saturday, I was like, yo, he's going to win. Especially with the no names that were ahead of him, I was like, yeah, he's going to win it. And then when you talk about, well, is he probably the best athlete ever? I don't know, because by definition, I don't know how much I count golf a sport. Now, I know V's will kill me. I know V's head just exploded when I said that.
V's is a golfer. He can't kill you.
Yeah. V's head exploded. But by definition, I don't know if I could call golf a sport. But it does take some form of athleticism to accomplish, to be successful at it. I look at it like this. The fact that Tiger Woods winning the Masters on Sunday did more for golf than anybody did in the last 11 years.
Right.
Period. Golf was completely irrelevant until Tiger won. It was the lead on every single sports talk show on Monday. Golf was the lead. Golf hadn't been the lead in 10 years.
Right.
So that goes to show his influence on the sport of golf or the activity of golf. But I don't know if I could give him the most transcendent or athlete of all time, because then you're talking about the stratosphere of Michael Jordan, Muhammad Ali, people who completely changed everything for their sport that required a whole lot more athleticism than golf does.
I think he's up there for those guys, though. I think he's up there with those guys for this sport.
I just don't. I don't see it.
Well, his story's not over. He's gonna play longer than those guys, so we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, swinging a golf club it's not as taxing on the body as taking body shots like Muhammad Ali had to take.
I agree.
Or the level of athleticism and strength that it takes to play the sport of basketball.
Agree.
The strain that it puts on your knees and legs. I'm talking about joints that are strained drastically, which is why people don't play basketball into their damn 50s.
I agree.
Golf, you could play shit. What, they got people on the senior tour, 70? Still swinging the hell out that club, couple hundred yards. You know what I mean?
Just saying. I'm not talking about athleticism. I'm talking about what he's done for the sport. I think he's done both. I think he's done those things. For his sport, for what he does, yes. But to be in the conversation with those guys, you have to transcend the sport. And I think Muhammad Ali transcended boxing. Michael Jordan transcended basketball. Like, shoot, Michael Jordan's sneaker Tiger Woods didn't transcend golf.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Wow. Wow.
That's me personally. Like, don't shoot the messenger. Like, it's just.
So I got another.
My personal opinion.
Jay, your question of best comeback ever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think like what might even come close, right? So I've been sitting here thinking like you talking about maybe Muhammad Ali, Michael Jordan taking some years off to play baseball and coming back to win championships.
That nigga just quit.
But where Pooh at? But really, like,
that's why I checked to see Pooh back on the show.
What is in conversation with this comeback?
Like, and that's why I asked, because, like, even if you look at, it's several ways you can look at it. One, which I think ties into this conversation that y'all were just talking about, the greatest athlete ever, is like the comeback is a great story, but I think the fact that he fell off for so long, could that be in his detriment when you're talking about that conversation? So I say that to say, though, even if you look at like championships alone, and it's different because golf is it's a solo sport, it's an individual sport. But when you look at like Tom Brady, what did he win a Super Bowl last in 2007, and then another one again like 7 years later? So like that stretch of not winning a championship, but shit, Tom Brady was still probably one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the league during that stretch, even though he didn't win. So I don't even think that can be considered like the same as like on a comeback level. I can't even, like, the only thing I can think, and even though he wasn't the same like player, because he couldn't have been because he was such a great athlete, was Bo Jackson. To have hip replacement surgery and come back and still play a professional sport, like, that's amazing. To come back and still, even though he was nowhere the same, still ran with a limp, but to come back and still be able to play Major League Baseball after hip replacement surgery, I think that's great. But he still never reached the heights that Tiger just reached. So yeah, I can't think of anything that's like apples to apples on that level.
Like we gotta pump the brakes on that. I do feel like we have to pump the brakes on it a little bit. Like, I think that, I don't know if you could call it a comeback until it's consistency. Like, he's got to do more. I think he's got to do more than just this.
But yeah, he won a
more
major.
than just win the
It ain't-
Masters.
Like yeah, he
Yeah,
ain't
he's
just
gonna
come
have to
back
do-
and
Okay,
he
so-
come back
okay,
and
so
win
if-
like
so-
the AT and like
Okay,
the
so
AT
if
and
what I'm
like the
saying
John
is, so
Deere
if he
Open.
wins, so if he does nothing else, he wins nothing else after this, it's still a comeback.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh
So,
wow.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And I'll explain it this way.
Okay.
The fact that, like you just said, golfers can play from, they can go pro from 17 and play until they 60. And so you really have a legit opportunity to have a 40-year career. And for the all-time record for majors is 18. And that's majors, not just the Masters. Is 18 in a 40-year career. It speaks to how hard it is to win them shits.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard as fuck to win the Masters. And so I think that completes the comeback. Now, I do agree with you that, in order to be considered hands down the greatest golfer of all time, and like,
He needs more.
He needs more. But I think this completes the comeback of relevance and greatness, because it's hard to win a Masters. And because, like when Al said, yo, that's a major. Yeah, it's a major by definition. They call it a major. You know what I'm saying? So,
Well, I mean, I will say,
major of majors.
right.
to the point.
Yeah.
I mean, to that point, I will say, like I said early on, he brought golf back in one weekend.
Yeah.
So now people are going to watch every other thing, at least for the rest of this golf season.
Right.
They're at least going to see if he's going to win another one.
But
So-
are black people back though? Like, I know.
I'm going to tell you what's crazy.
Said a black people back?
Somebody asked me that question recently. It's like, yo, did he win black people back? Black people back? I think to a certain degree, yeah. Like
He turned on a lot of folk to
like
golf.
we're sitting here talking. We're
And
sitting
that's
here
why I
talking
think
about
he's transcendent. That's why I think he transcended golf, because like there were actually commercials, the little black kids saying, "I am Tiger Woods."
Remember, Tiger Woods actually said he was a complication at first. Now,
Yeah, he did.
So that's not.
Tiger Woods. Hey man, what Tiger Woods did for golf, I really cannot compare it to anything except what the top athletes in their sports have ever, like the Gretzky's for hockey, the Jordans for basketball. I don't know who you want to go for. I don't know who you want to go for baseball, but
Shit,
Tiger Woods, man.
I would say for baseball. I mean, in that, and Al, this is more in your realm, but shoot, the home run chase between McGuire and Sosa.
Oh yeah, that did it.
And that, I would say
That did it that year for baseball. No matter what was behind it, steroids or not. Like I always say, people, it's hard as fuck whether you on steroids or not to hit a goddamn baseball with a fucking bat.
Right.
It's like trying to hit a net with a chopstick. So I mean,
and I'm trying to remember if that was like a national, because Tiger Woods is a worldwide phenomenon. Like, especially back when, like, I mean, dude, they built a $1 billion industry off the back of Tiger Woods. Like, literally, like
Multi-billion.
golf was like, rich white people played golf.
well, I would say
Tiger
this.
Woods.
I believe
Like-
he did for golf what Serena and Venus did for tennis.
Okay, they transcended the stuff. That's a perfect analogy.
Right.
And what do you think they did for that sport?
No, they brought it to the forefront. They did.
No, it is a world tennis, women's tennis, and tennis is now a worldwide phenomenon for everybody.
Listen, I'm not debating that. My debate is when we talk about comeback, I just need to see it more than just in one shot. I just need to see it more than just this. Like if he
transcended this.
Well, I don't know if I could put him in the conversation with Ali and Jordan just yet. Me personally,
I mean, in terms of the transcendent of sports, in terms of impact to that particular sport, in my opinion, hell yeah. Now, is he in the category of all-time athletes? Is he in that category with Jordan and Muhammad Ali? You know, that's debatable. But I think
that's where
for
I'm
his
getting
sport,
it. I guess
he
it's probably
is the
where I'm getting
Muhammad
it.
Ali, the Michael Jordan. Like, he's
I guess
definitely Jack Nicklaus, Arnold Palmer. They had theirs impact on the sport, and you can go back to Bobby Jones. Like, there's been golfers who've had impact on the sport to bring it to the mainstream. But what Tiger Woods is right up there with each one of those golfers. Like, he's been remarkable for the sport.
Yeah, and like one thing I do agree with you, Yosh, though, when you said that the thing to watch moving forward with Tiger is going to see how he adjusts to the routine. And I always say this. I don't even know if you remember, we had this conversation about Tiger when he first re-entered the tour. Was it a year and a half ago? And I said this then, that there are certain people, and the names we mentioned, that we keep mentioning, Tiger, Michael, Ali, in sports, and then you look at guys like in other forms of entertainment or just life, like you look at like Michael Jackson, Prince. Some people are so great at one thing, and they're so hyper focused on being great at that one thing that they're okay with being shitty at a lot of other things. You know what I'm saying? So Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, they're great at what they do, but by all accounts, and from what we know, they were shitty husbands. They were part-time fathers. They social, like they were jerks as people, because they were so focused on being great at that one thing. I don't know if Tiger has, like Money said, the mental edge to be that focused on being great at golf to allow the rest of his life to suffer.
All right.
And that's
we will see. But that's a good point. That's a good point. But I'll say this, though. The thing about age is you work smarter.
Agreed.
And find balance and ways to be great without necessarily having to work as hard as you did to be great when you were in your 20s.
Yeah.
So I think that he might have that going for him, because you're right. At this age, I can see him choosing balance and wanting to be with his children. You know what I mean? I get that. You're right. So be a better person.
Yeah, right. But as I say, all that to say, I do think he breaks the record. I do think he gets 4 more majors in his career. So
I do too.
We'll see, and I damn sure hope he does.
Oh, me too. That'll make my day.
All right. Next thing in the news. So, all right, man. Have people not had enough of GoFundMe fuckery? So did y'all see this New Jersey couple? Yo, shout out to your people.
Yeah. So don't do that. Don't do that. They do not represent all Jersey.
Yeah, and I know they don't represent you. So I'm just shouting out Jersey.
They don't.
So a lady named Kate McClure and her now former boyfriend, Mark D'Amico. So Kate pled guilty today to setting up a fake GoFundMe account. So she falsely said she was helping a homeless man named Johnny Bobbitt. This shit just sounds like a movie. So she asked for the GoFundMe goal was $10,000. So the story that she told was that the homeless guy, Mr. Bobbitt, rescued her when she ran out of gas along the highway and gave her his last $20. So she started a GoFundMe account and told this great story of this homeless guy who's also a veteran who helped her out when she ran out of gas, gave her his last $20. So she started, we got to get this guy some help and we got to get him off the streets. And great story. Ended up raising $400,000. So people started doing research, as people always do. and not sure how people found this out. Probably just folks running their mouths. And I'm sure a lot of it had to do with, of that $400,000, Kate and Mark decided to give Mr. Bobbitt $20,000. $25,000. I'm sorry, I don't mean to shortchange him. So they gave him $25,000, and people started running their mouth because you know how people started questioning it is Kate and Mark decided to go buy a BMW and decided to go take fancy vacations, and it was like, how these motherfuckers get rich? Money.
Yo.
How fucking stupid can you be, man? So we talked about a lady the other week that's giving a supposed veteran money. But now we got a supposed veteran being gifted money from folks he don't know because the lady said, like, what the fuck is wrong with people, man? And they know they're going to get caught.
What I say there, I said that people are generous as fuck with their money, yo. Like, you know, we're just people. That's why I believe that, once again, innately people are good, man. Like, I really believe that, you know, people like stories. People like to help. People like to give. People like to feel like I helped have an impact in a positive manner. You know, like, because there are people out there who believe, hey, I sin and I make mistakes every day, and I need to try to find a way to try to help make up for those things, no matter what your belief system is. I just think people try to do things in their life in balance, and if they can help, you know, feed somebody or take somebody off the streets or whatever, they will do it. You know, and if you know how to convey that type of story, or you know how to convey that type of message, or there's an industry around the gift of being able to do that. You know, so I just think that I just think that some people, and once again, every time you get some sort of system of something in place, there will be individuals that take advantage. You know, that's just how it works.
Yosh. So, question: do you know anybody? You ain't gotta say no names. You know anybody stupid enough to put together this scheme and go buy BMWs and a house and all kind of crazy shit?
First off, I don't know anybody who got the time to put the scheme together. That's the first thing. Secondly, I don't know anybody dumb enough that if they got the money to go, first off, break off the person. First off, out of, what is it, 400,000?
Right.
You only gave a man, what, 20 grand?
Right.
That motherfucker mad right now. So you only going to break me off 20 grand? I got you.
Gotta give him 100. You gotta give him 100 just to keep him quiet.
Yes.
You gotta give him 100 just to keep him quiet.
And that's
you gotta
up
give
front.
it to him. This shit, you gotta give it to him. You might have was better off paying him $200 at the beginning.
That's what,
Because
like, and that's
that's
what,
right.
yeah. Because he gonna
Like,
eat that. He gonna eat that 100. He gonna eat that 100, and then like 6 months later, he gonna be like, "Yo, I need more money to stay quiet.
I need more money."
100,
Yeah. Here you go, because we got it like that. Mm-hmm. So I got 400. If I give you 100, shit, I'm still good with 300 grand.
All right.
But but the Bible, all kind of shit says, greed, man, greed will take a motherfucker down quicker than anything else. And these people got greedy, and like, you going to buy a BMW? Like, just live your best life on the means that you rode in on, and do little shit and build over time. Like, get a savings account and gradually put money in it, so that when you when you go to the bank, it's like when you go to get a car, shit, go get a loan for the motherfucking car.
Right.
And just pay the shit on time.
Smart. Yeah, you gotta be smart.
I mean, like, just do normal shit with the money you got. Well, I mean, here's the first. Let me say this: this ain't the first time we seen dumb shit. Them people that knocked over that armored car here in Columbia.
Mm-hmm. Oh, them dudes.
These dumbass niggas on 2 Notch buying cars off the lot, cash money,
Dropping duffel bags and shit.
Dropping duffel bags. Yo, how the fuck you knock over armored car and then bring enough bags for the money?
Right.
Like just dumbass people. Probably this. There's evil people, and then there's evil dumbass people,
Right.
and then there's just dumbass people.
Yeah, and then
so,
like,
it's just
then that just goes to show you, nigga shit knows no color.
and nigga shit knows no color.
Nigga shit knows no color at all. Like, we all capable of doing nigga shit. And Kate and Mark did some nigga shit. I don't know. Al, so with stuff
Yes,
like
sir.
this, like the more we hear stories like this, do you think GoFundMe, that's probably the most relevant like crowdfunding source. You think GoFundMe is like going to be around? I say forever. I mean, like a while, like before something else takes it over. Or people just gonna get tired of giving away their money.
I can't see people getting tired of giving away their money because I think money was on to something where people want to help.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's an effective way for people to raise money. So, like, there are legitimate instances, most of them, where crowdfunding's being used to get people to support you. The occasional, whatever percentage it is of bullshit, I think it's just going to have to be dealt with until they come up with some way to weed that shit out. I just can't. I don't know. I ain't smart enough to figure that shit out. But people gonna always be trying to get the system and get people. Like,
Yeah, people gonna try to do it.
always, they gonna find a way to beat you. That's why you got to think twice and you got to be critical and try not to get got.
How about we start a GoFundMe for Pooh and just say, man, he missing. We ain't seen him in 2 weeks. We don't know what the fuck he's going on. Like, please help this man show up for a show. How much
We might get $36.
We might get $36. Yeah, we get 30. How about if we threw V's in and split the money with Scott? Like, we could really put them on a milk carton.
Hey Jay, what you said? What knows no what knows no color?
Nigga shit knows no color.
Nigga shit knows no color.
Smoking weed with my mom, that's nigga shit. Singing D and her on, that nigga shit. No love for the cops, that nigga shit. And my dick sucked for my pop, that nigga shit. Getting drunk for my
grape
twin.
That's hilarious.
Yo, that was my song, boy.
Oh man.
Anyway.
Yeah, but we all know some niggas of all different races.
Of all different races.
Oh yeah.
Like one of the funniest trivias we ever had. Al, I hope you was on for that one. Remember when Keon did a whole fucking trivia, and the name of the trivia and every category was, who is this nigga? And it was talking about white people. It was talking about everybody. It was like,
No, I don't remember that.
Oh,
That's
that was hilarious. Like, he would give you, like, he was talking about rappers and athletes, but it could be anybody. His question after he would read the facts were, who is this nigga?
Who is this nigga? I want to say I was on that show.
You might have been. Oh man, that was hilarious. Yo, oh man, but yeah, shout out to Kate and Mark, man, and Johnny Bobbitt. Damn it. Johnny Bobby, he sound like a porn star. It just don't sound right, man.
Yeah, he does sound like a porn star. Dude, your name got clout.
Oh,
John Wayne
that's the
Bobbitt
nigga that
is
got
the
his
dude that got
dick cut off, isn't it?
John Wayne Bobbitt, yeah.
John Bobbitt.
Yeah. Oh man, they got a documentary about that now.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good with that.
Well, yeah, man. I don't know.
Poor guy.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. Well, we're gonna jump into some listener questions. So first, Bryan from Houston. I think this may be our first ever question from anybody from Texas.
All right.
I can't remember anybody. But if it ain't, we're gonna act like it is. Shout out to you, Bryan, for being our first email from Texas, from Houston, no doubt.
That's right.
Yeah. So Bryan wants to know what city's staple food.
Tell Houston about us, Bryan. Get us on the map down there.
No doubt. Tell Houston. Tell Houston to tell two people, the two most cities, and then all y'all buy some gear. So
that's how we do it. That's how we do it.
But damn good question from Bryan. Bryan wants to know what city's staple food is the most overrated to you, Al?
Wow. So I had to think about it because I am that dude that I go somewhere. I'm like, yo, so what should I get? If I'm here, I ain't coming back. Right. What do I need to get? And from my experience, staple food is legit. It's cheesesteaks from Philly, them shit bang. Pizza from New York, Chicago pizza. So that shit is usually good. But I did have to think about it. And actually, it's the imitation shit that's the whack shit. So once you leave and try to get a cheesesteak, that's the shit that I can point out. A lot of fake cheesesteak spots. Right. But to me, what I would say staple food, like I think you come to Atlanta and people say you go to Atlanta, what you need to get, some Krispy Kreme. I ain't never got that shit. I ain't never been a big believer in Krispy Kreme. So that's some shit I can't really.
I'm with you, Al.
I can't fuck. I don't get it.
I don't get the Krispy Kreme shit either. I don't get it.
That's good. I'm just not a big donuts eater, so that's easy.
Like nigga, I grew up on Dunkin' Donuts. I don't really get the Krispy Kreme shit. Like I don't
even the donut itself just
the buzz. Yeah, like give me a bagel and cream cheese. I'm good. Like I don't need a damn donut.
Wow.
Y'all tripping.
Well, Al, you said Atlanta, and I thought you was gonna go with the varsity because that shit is way overrated to me. But
I feel you on that too. Yeah.
But I guess it's not a food; it's a place. So yeah, I get you.
But varsity hot dog, people do know a varsity hot dog.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and that shit's way overrated. Yeah, I get. Yep. Yosh, you rolling with Al on the Krispy Kreme? Oh, you got something?
Yeah. No, I mean, ain't nothing really overrated to me. I guess being from New York, like the Chicago deep dish pizza, it's alright. I'm good with it, but I like the New York pizza. Southern food, New Orleans food kind of is a little bit overrated to me. But
wow, you tripping.
I'm just telling you what it is.
Yeah, I mean, that man tastes buds in his mouth. Money.
Now, mind you, I go like I love food.
I'm messing with you, man. No, ragging. Go in on it.
I'm all over.
Tell him.
Now, I will say this: New Orleans, best place to get some crawfish. But that's pretty much about it. I mean, to me, that's to me. Like I can't. I guess money. You might have something different. Like they were talking about varsity hot dogs. Yeah, I do think those are overrated. Shit, but you go like I like papayas in New York. I think they're a little bit overrated. I would prefer Nathan's hot dogs to papaya, but that's like I said, that's me. So I don't know. I don't know if there's a staple food. I think everybody does a good job if you go to the right spots in the city that you go to. I think that has a lot to do. I think that has a lot to do with what you get. Like, people be like, I'm gonna get a hero sandwich when I go to New York. Well, shit, you can't go to Subway and get a hero sandwich. Like, you got to go to the corner store bodega. Like, you got to go.
Somebody did that shit. I was
like, like you got to go there. Like, you can't go to Glymph and get that shit. Like, you got to go to the bodega and get one. Wow. So you got to know where you going to get. Like Al said, like people do imitation shit. Like what? Who has one? Domino's has a New York style pizza.
Yeah.
Shit,
that ain't terrible.
It's just horrible.
It's gotta be.
If you've ever eaten a New York style pizza, like a slice, like ain't nothing like a slice. Ain't nothing like a real one. It's just wherever it is, you just gotta make sure you go to the right spot to get what you get when you go to that town. Ask a local.
Right, because there's some bad pizza spots in New York.
There's some horrible pizza spots in New York. There's a spot in Fulton Street Mall that's horrible. God damn, that place sucked. It only took me one time to figure that out. But anyway.
Yeah. All right. Money. What say you? Since you jumped down Yo's throat about his choices, what say you about overrated staple foods?
Man, let me tell y'all right now.
Do we need a disclaimer for you? Because somebody from their city gonna whoop your ass over their food.
Nah, you know what? I don't have no beef with no cities and their food. Like, so I couldn't wait to answer this question because one of the things that being in software management allows me the ability is I get to travel all over the country, quite often. And my rule is if I'm in that city, I don't want to eat anything that I can eat in Charlotte. Right. So I gravitate towards that whole, like, you know, if this region or city is famous for this, that's what I want. And I want it from the best restaurant possible. Right. So I've had crab cakes from Providence, Rhode Island, and I've had crabs in Baltimore, and I've had New York style pizza and cheesecakes in Philly and pizza and hot dogs from Chicago. I've even had steaks and ribs from Houston, steaks and ribs from Memphis. I've been to the Space Needle in Seattle. I've had Seattle salmon. I've had Portland's steelhead trout and their clams and oysters. I've had, tacos and those little patch things in San Diego with all the meat and stuff inside. And I've been to New Orleans and their food's amazing. So like, and I'm a foodie, so it's like, I'm not just talking like, oh yeah, it's good. Like, I'm a foodie. Like that's one of the things that I really enjoy in life. So I don't call food good unless it's actually really good. I'll be like, yeah, it's okay. Like, but yeah, I've had some of the best experiences traveling. I've even been to West Virginia and had some Rocky Mountain oysters, which are cow balls, cow testicles. So, and they're actually, they taste like cow tongue or oxtails a little bit. Like, it's beef. So, but you gotta, I didn't like escargot, which is like roasted snails. So I wasn't really, I wasn't really a big fan of that, or maybe I should have tried it at a different restaurant. And I'm not a huge fan of caviar. But other than that, like, I don't have a lot of beef with like regions in their food. Like, people, they do a really good job. Like, if someone says, hey, come to my city and like try this spot, they usually like send you to a really great restaurant, and that food's usually amazing. So I don't know, man. I won't say who's overrated because I've had some really, really, really quality experiences. Now, if you want to say I enjoyed them all, but the thing I enjoyed the probably the least out of everything was probably the Philly cheesesteaks. I felt like, now keep in mind it was really good, but like I've had some really great experiences. So if I had to pick the one that I might give a little nod to being overrated a little bit, are the Philly cheesesteaks, because I just felt like maybe I could have gotten that, anywhere.
Okay. Did you go to Pat's or Geno's?
Yeah, Pat's. I've been to Pat's and Geno's.
Okay. All right. Well, you just like everything then. I don't know, man. Like, Yosh, Al, don't kill me. But if it's one thing other than the varsity hot dog, I would have to pick it up. Like, the varsity hot dog is just disgusting to me. I don't eat hot dogs like that. But ironically, the one thing that I would say is the most overrated, like, staple food to a city to me is a New York hot dog. because I like stuff on, and not because it's nasty, just because I like stuff on my hot dog, and especially like the ones out of the carts, like they just plain hot dog. I don't like plain hot dogs, so I think like how people just say, "Hey, just give me a plain hot dog. It's just mustard." I think that's overrated because I can do that anywhere. I think
I kind of agree with you there, Jay.
So you don't get it with the sauerkraut and the onion?
No, I get it with the sauerkraut. Now, Al, I don't get it plain. That was saying I could agree with Jay on the plain joint.
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
get
saying.
it with the sauerkraut. Yeah. I get it with the sauerkraut, the onions. That when they take the little mustard out the little joint and just slide it across the top. Yeah, I get a little bit of that and squirt some ketchup on that thing. Oh, I'm good to go. $1.50, I'm ready.
Right, and so that's why I say like it ain't hot. Like it's the people that say you just got to get it plain or you just got to get it with. Like,
them people
that's overrated to me.
Those ain't real New Yorkers. I don't know who you're talking to.
I do kind of feel a slice, like, not that you gotta get it plain, but like a real good slice.
Oh man,
it's gotta be cheese. Right.
You don't need nothing on a good slice.
Slice, right. And I think that also like I just thought about this. So a lot of food, especially like how good you think the food is based on the experience you have with it, right?
Yeah.
We eat with all senses. And so, of course, a lot of it is nostalgia. A lot of it can be expectation that let us down. But then, like you say, a slice, like who wants a slice with, and I agree with you, Al, because to me, I'm thinking, who wants a slice with a whole bunch of shit on it? Because I got to walk around with this slice. I don't want a whole bunch of shit on the slice. It's perfect just the way it is. So yeah, I think like the experience plays a part in that too, because when people tell you, oh man, when you here, you gotta go, you in this city, you gotta go here, you gotta go here. And if you don't have a good experience around the food, it can ruin the whole thing for you.
That's true.
Now, I will say this, if you get an opportunity to go to New York, this is all for all my listeners out there, all my people out there. If you have an opportunity to go to New York, there's 2 places you need to check out. A little high end, but very, very, very good food. The 21 Club in Manhattan and the Brooklyn Winery down in Park Slope. I'm telling you, great food. You're gonna drop a pretty penny, but it's worth every single dime. Especially if you can catch it during restaurant week. It's worth every single dime.
What's a pretty penny, yo? What kind of cost we talking about per meal?
On restaurant week, I had to get it was a 5-month wait. I had to reserve a table for the 21 Club 5 months ahead of time. It was me and my ex, and the bill was about $300. And that was on restaurant week prices.
Restaurant week, woo.
Yeah. But that was a 3-course meal and a bottle of wine. So, and then Brooklyn Winery was up around. It was me, my pops, and my stepbrother, and we all ate pretty good. It's probably around $250. Now it was good for me because my dad picked up the bill. But when I say it's worth the money, like the food and the experience, like the Brooklyn Winery, they make their own wine, and so like you can buy bottles and stuff if you're a wine connoisseur like that. And I enjoy a good bottle of wine. It's a great spot. The 21 Club, you got to go in there with a suit and a tie on. They don't let you in without a jacket and tie. So you can get to the door, they're going to give you a jacket and a tie. It going to match or it might not match.
It's going to be a jacket and a tie.
If you sit down, it's going to be a jacket and tie. But the food is drastically amazing. It's a lot. McCormick and Schmidt in Charlotte. Great seafood. I had a great time there.
Oh, I'm messing with McCormick and Schmidt.
Yeah, I mean, and that'll hit you up for a little bit,
Yeah, well.
But the food is good, though.
The food is amazing, yeah. So, I mean, it's definitely some spots that you could hit. And there was a spot in Atlanta I went to that the food was great, too. But like I said, like I'm like y'all, I'm a foodie, man. I love going, and I really don't care how much I pay for food as long as It's good. But for those of you that know me, the first date, we going to Wendy's for that 4 for 4.
4 for 4. You can't beat it. And
So,
you gotta have
you can't beat it
you
with
gotta
a
have a
stick.
jacket and a tie to sit down.
You got to have a jacket and a tie to sit down in Wendy's.
Oh,
Four
man.
for 4, man.
Yeah.
4 for
But
4, man.
I will say this though, like wherever I go, I don't do soul food restaurants
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
because I can do that shit at home better than
Yeah.
anywhere I've
Right.
ever tried it. And so, like, whenever I don't do soul food restaurants and I don't do barbecue restaurants because I'm always like, I can do that shit better at home. So I'm always left disappointed.
Hey, Jay, you know what else is
But
hard to
I
find?
do them sometimes on the road though.
Yeah, if it's not accessible, but I'm always
Right.
disappointed.
You know what else is hard to find? A
Well,
good.
different regions have different
You good?
regions have their own version of what they call barbecue. Like,
Yeah, but
You know
I
what
can
I'm
do them
saying?
all
Yeah.
better than any of them I've ever been to. If I want a brisket from Houston, I know I can do a better brisket than they can. At least to my
true
liking.
that.
If I want ribs from Memphis, I know I like my ribs better. So I just my wife's Puerto Rican. I don't do Puerto Rican restaurants because I know I can just ask her to cook.
Yeah. Yo, what's hard to find though is a good Caribbean restaurant.
Oh my God, yo, so let
Man.
me tell you, man.
Yeah.
So
Unless you live around a lot of Caribbean.
Yo,
like-
it's hard to find
You
a
go
good.
to New York, but Atlanta has them too though. Like
Yeah, Atlanta has a couple.
only in certain areas like Stone Mountain and DeKalb.
yeah,
but there's
Stone Mountain's got a good one.
on
Yeah.
that side of town.
Yeah, Stone Mountain does have a good one. I forget the name of it,
Yeah,
but it's
the
in
name.
that. Shoot, where's it on?
I forgot
Oh
the
my
name.
God. They have one in New York. They're all over the place because of the culture. In Flatbush, there's a spot called the Roti Shop. Great Trinidadian food. But in Colombia, one of the best spots is Mama J's on Decca. Man, listen, boy, you be on there eating your fingers and toes, messing with them. Man,
It'd be easy talking about Mama J's.
boy, listen, Mama J's will have you wanting to kill somebody, boy, because it's probably one of the most authentic spots in South Carolina. It's very hard to find good West Indian food, especially in the South, outside of Atlanta, because there's a lot of West Indians. There's a lot of West Indians that have gone to Atlanta. So, but man, listen, it's tough. It's tough to find a good one.
Shoot, man, let me tell you, when I first moved to Winston, literally 2 minutes from my house, there was this place called Uncle Desi's, and I mean, you have the smoker going in the back, like it's amazing. And when I would go on, my 30-day runs of no meat, he had this veggie wrap. It was a curry veggie wrap. It's amazing.
Oh man.
But and Al, me and Wayne, we used to hit that shit up 3 times a week. Like it was crazy. And like my sister and my nephew and my niece calling, putting in orders while we there. Like it's crazy. But they shut down, right? And you know how it is with like holes in the walls. Like they be like, yeah, we gonna open back up at a different location. That shit ain't never happened. So, so there's only one other Caribbean restaurant here, and I tried it for the first time a couple weeks ago. I was so
Horrible.
It wasn't horrible,
And
but it'll do. But when you know what it's supposed to be like, that it's like, yeah, it's all right.
That's what I was about to say. When you know your jerk chicken's supposed to come off and it's supposed to be dry, but
Right.
they got that sauce on top.
Yeah.
Like, it's not supposed to be soup in my plate.
Right.
Like, like it's little shit. Like, it's supposed to be made on a grill.
Yeah.
Like, little things like that make a difference.
I'm supposed to
You know
have the
what I'm
little
saying?
sticks in my rice. The little sticks that be in your rice.
That you got to pluck out.
Right,
You gotta pluck that
I'm
stuff
supposed to
out.
have them little. I'm supposed to have that. It ain't supposed to be just rice and peas. I'm supposed to have the little sticks I got to pick out.
And the little balls that you can't eat, you got to just kind of slide them.
Right, exactly. I'm supposed to have that shit. Like my plate can't be like clean when I'm done. It's got to be little pieces of trash.
It's got pieces of shit in it. It's got to shit. Like my oxtail ain't supposed to be off the bone. It's supposed to be on the bone. You know what I mean? Like, You know,
simple shit.
Little shit that if you ain't never been to, because I think a lot of people get away with saying, "Yo, this is that," because the people in the area don't know no better.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Yeah, because Al, we've all been to like, and Al, maybe I don't know, like Al got a monster in his garage. You know, my pops got 2. My brother-in-law got 2 on one tray. Like, so barbecue is a thing in our family, right? And Al, I'm sure you would concur that there have been barbecues I've gone to that people say, "Oh man, you gotta taste my husband barbecue. You gotta taste my brother-in-law barbecue." And you get there, it's like, "This what the fuck you been talking about since 2011?" Like,
yeah, I've had barbecues where the lady of the has asked me to step on the grill.
Yes,
Al's here.
Yes.
Yo,
Yes.
no, let Al do that. I'm like, nah, come on, you know I don't do that.
Yo, don't you hate that?
I can't take a man's grill. Stop playing.
That's
But
disrespectful.
what gets you is when the dude agrees. He's like, "Hell yeah!" Like, Jay's here, man. Take the grill.
See, but that's because he want to go drink. He don't want to do shit.
Yeah. And he want to take credit for your food. Yep. Like the worst thing being me is showing up to some place where people got to cook. Yeah.
Man, Yoshi, he'll make the wings. No,
Right.
fuck, he won't. I came to drink and go the fuck home. Like, y'all niggas is cooking.
Yeah, that's why Pooh and Money doing all the cooking at the Defy Life cookout. I ain't doing shit.
All day, every day. I ain't doing shit.
I'm showing.
Yeah, I'm showing up late and all.
Oh man, see, now, this is how you know when it's a good ass question, Bryan. So it's your first time emailing in. So how you know it's a good ass question, because we'll talk about your shit and go off into all different like topics based off your question. So Bryan, oh God, so Bryan, damn good question. I wish we could talk about your question a lot longer, because I have a feeling we're going to regret moving on to the next one in just a second. Oh, man. So, Bryan, thank you so much. Next question. From Tierra in Youngstown, Pennsylvania. Tierra wants to know, Al, Tierra wants to know.
Wow.
What is one of your guilty pleasures? And I took this as anything, whether it's food or TV, whatever it is. What's one of your guilty pleasures?
Another great question.
Right.
Great question.
Shout out to our listeners. The creativity. I don't even know where they're coming up with these questions, but great question. One of my guilty pleasures is as a husband of 27 years. No, it hasn't been that long, or however long it's been. As a father, one of my guilty pleasures is not openly and honestly answering these types of questions on the podcast. Folks, you never know if you're listening. So that being said, right, the one I can share with you is, for me, a guilty pleasure is watching a hockey game, like on TV at my house. And I say that because I don't know if it's just like the era I'm from, but I feel like I am not being black. And like, I gotta
guilty pleasure is not being black.
I gotta sneak it to like, oh, what if my son sees me watching this? Is he gonna question his dad? Yo, what happened to my dad? Mr. Keep It Real. You sitting up here watching hockey? So I be like, people used to walk into the room and I would switch the channel. Like, you know, like, y'all ain't see me watching that. Y'all ain't see me watching that. And at some point, though, as I just said, fuck it, and, you know, but it still feels a little naughty, though, when I watch it. Like,
Dude.
Alan is a hockey porn.
Yeah, hockey porn. Give me black folk. I try to keep it real, but, you know, I slip. I got
Oh, man. All right. Gerald. What is Tierra wants to know? What's your guilty pleasure, Gerald?
Hey, let me see. Let me tell you like this. Hey, Al, for real, like, I watch hockey too. I don't know if it's growing up upstate New York, like where everybody plays hockey and everybody can like ice skate and all of that. Like I fucks with hockey, have since I was a kid. So
that's enough for y'all's man-on-man hockey.
I feel like I'm in a support group. Like
right.
Yeah, I got you.
Keep talking. I might have to jersey.
I watch games 1, 2, and 3 of the Hurricanes and the Capitals. And even fucked around and watched a couple games. Cause I'm a Hurricanes fan.
Gotcha.
So and I've been to every type of sports playoff game that you can go to. Hockey is on another fucking level, dude.
That I agree with.
So I fucks with you, man. Like that, like NFL playoff intensity, baseball playoff intensity, NBA playoff intensity. It's all insane. It's all crazy. I had for real. That's all. Like going to one of those games is like you just went to work. Like at least for me. But man, back in 06, 05, 06, when the Hurricanes won the Stanley Cup, man, like those games were insane, dude. So yeah, I'm with you on the hockey, man. I don't even sneak and watch it. I watch it on purpose. Like my homegirl called me and she's like, "What you doing?" I was like, "I'm watching the playoffs." She's like, "The playoffs? Y'all make the playoffs?" I was like, "Man, I'm talking about the Hurricanes. I'm talking about hockey." So yeah, whatever.
You're giving me hope.
Yeah, so just I'm out here for us.
Appreciate it.
My guilty pleasure, man. I have a lot of guilty pleasures. Well, I mean, I'm a star. I still like to spend. I have luxuries that the other hosts don't have because I'm not married. I don't have any kids, so I still like to do shit by myself, like selfishly. Like I still like to, I guess like a couple weeks ago, I treated myself to like go see Captain Marvel and IMAX 3D. All that. Like I already have my own ticket to go see Endgame in IMAX 3D. I bought one ticket on purpose. It's that type of stuff. So but one of my guilty pleasures is like I still like to just take myself to dinner and like just do shit by myself. And maybe that's because I'm single and I don't have to have someone with me if I don't want to. But the weird thing is I'm a Hornet season ticket holder and I own 2 seats. Like I actually purchased 2 seats because I go on a lot of dates. So I have 2 seats. But yeah, that's just a guilty pleasure of mine. To just remember to treat myself. Because I work hard. And I believe at some point you gotta have a little bit of fun. And if you don't know how to entertain yourself, then can't entertain anyone else. So, that's one of my little guilty pleasures. I know my man Yusuf is gonna all the way, go all the way left field with this question. So I'm not gonna go all the way left field.
And take your time, man. Take your time. Take all the time you need to answer this question.
And so I doing stuff by myself, hanging out by myself. And I also enjoy the presence of eligible ladies. You know what I'm saying? Like I like to date and have fun and hang out and all that good stuff.
That's my boy.
And I ain't gonna go too far into those details. I ain't gonna say nothing to fuck up my Defy Life gear sales.
Hey. It's what builds the brand, baby. It's what builds the brand.
So but yeah, you might catch me, out with a young lady or two, and enjoying a nice meal or something like that, and the night could end up being a long night, so we'll leave it at that.
Well, I never thought I'd say this, but I'm actually looking forward to Yosh's answer. Because y'all niggas is boring. We talking about hockey and dinner. I'm okay. So first of all, again, when I called Yoshi, he said, "Jay, I forgot what I was gonna say. Well, I don't even know why I told you to call me." So I was like, "Why the fuck is Yoshi so excited about the topics?" And I landed on this question. And I say, this is why Yosh is so fucking excited about
this. This is a Yosh question.
This is a Yosh question. And it's a female emailer. So I knew a woman emailer.
Right. Tierra. Yeah. Tierra.
I was like, this is why.
I think I'm going to visit Youngstown, PA this weekend. I'm on spring break next week, Tierra. I ain't got nothing to do.
So, yeah. So what we've learned so far is Al is married and afraid to answer this question, so he's really honest. And
I'll take that.
And that money's a playboy, which we already knew. So, I regrettably ask, Yosh, what is your guilty pleasure, sir? God damn.
I just want to say, from the sound of the music, we know what my guilty pleasure is. There's nothing better than a young, supple, ripe woman, any age from 25 to 45. I'm sorry, we'd turn it down a little bit. 25 to 45, dressed just right, ready to have a good time with Yosh. That is my guilty pleasure. Nothing is off limits. There is no out of bounds. We are playing for keeps. That is my guilty pleasure. I thought about this so long and so hard.
Sure you did.
But at the end of the day,
he kept coming back to this.
It kept coming back to this. Man, listen, anybody who says this is not for them, something's wrong with you. Because this is everybody's guilty pleasure. Whether it is with a woman or you're playing by yourself, it is always a good time.
Oh, boy.
Tierra, Youngstown, PA. We are on the way. This one is especially for you.
Oh,
hey.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Oh man. Like sometimes I'm grateful that Yosh is so predictable. I'm so grateful because I was so hoping that he wasn't going. Like I was setting myself up for I know where Yosh is gonna go, and I can't wait to hear it. And then you gonna go with sometimes I gotta have me some chocolate ice cream. Like no, I'm so glad I can count on you, Yosh. Oh man.
This if you can't count on anything, is Yosh is gonna show up.
Yeah. Wow.
Boy, what a question to come back to.
Right.
This question wasn't available last week. I might have been on here sounding horse and shit. I'd have been on the show last week if this was a question.
Oh man, yeah, and then also let me say that song, "Freak Me," is like probably one of the top 3 songs where you cannot play that song and not end up in bed with a chick.
Man, you got to end up in bed. That's the only place to end up in bed. Now, mind you,
on the floor, in the kitchen, wherever. But something gonna happen. You play that song.
Now, initially, what song? When you think about the action of sex, what's the first song that pops in your head?
Knocking Boots.
Knocking Boots, or Sex Me.
Sex Me, yeah.
And I couldn't do Sex Me. I felt like it would have set a wrong tone.
Yeah,
that's R. Kelly's song. That's an R. Kelly song. That would have set a wrong tone.
Yeah, and Pooh ain't on here.
Yeah, it was bad vibes.
You know, Pooh would have been like,
Pooh ain't on here.
yeah, Pooh would have been like, oh, so Yost get to play Kels, but I can't. Oh, man,
True that.
It just would have set a wrong tone. I didn't want anybody to think the wrong thing. So we went with people that deal with people of age. You know what I'm saying? We went that route.
And with Kels, you could have, you could have with Sex Me, 12 Play, a bunch of them.
Yeah.
I'm glad you, I'm
you
glad
gotta
Smart
choose.
Yo showed up somewhere in there. Oh,
you know,
man.
if there's anybody you can count on, you can count on me.
Right.
And Tierra, that's a lesson for you. If there's anybody you can count on, you can count on Yosh.
Wow. What's the staple food of Youngstown?
Oh, I don't know. I gotta find out. I gotta find out next
Exactly.
week. On next week's show, I will let you know.
Oh man. Well, I clowned you, Al, but I'm gonna be boring too because I'm
Oh man, Jay, you can't be boring on this question.
I'm just saying, like, when you're married.
Oh
And,
my God!
When you marry, a lot of your guilty pleasures are boring, right?
No, they're not. You just don't air them.
I would say this, like,
okay, yeah, all right,
like
Jay.
because like I appreciate a lot of things that like I didn't appreciate when I was single, right? So, like the traditional guilty pleasures, whether shit, I'm a dude, so shit, I watch porn like everybody else. So that ain't a guilty pleasure to me. It's just a fact of life, right?
It's a fact of life, yeah.
All right. But like, it's like to me, and it's born on like money levels. Jesus, I feel bad for myself right now. So yeah, it's like I like on the weekends I wake up at like 4 a.m. just so I can get like 4 hours to myself. Like that kind of shit to me is like amazing. So I feel you, money. But I feel like a guilty pleasure to me. Because right after I do it, I feel so fucking ashamed of myself. But probably like twice a year, I got to have like 2 Whoppers, like extra cheese, like everything. Like that's a guilty fucking pleasure to me. Because I know I ain't supposed to have the shit, and even though my wife probably wouldn't say shit, I don't tell her about it. And I had the shit by myself, and I make sure I throw all the evidence away. No bag, no straws, no nothing. Like and so yeah, maybe twice a year I'll pig out on Whoppers, do some fat boy shit, and again it's the experience and it's the fact of even though she don't give a shit, some shit that I'm hiding from my wife, she don't know I'm doing this. Like it's that whole experience around it. So that's probably like my one guilty pleasure as a married dude.
I think I just went to sleep.
Nah, man, what you mean? That's a fucking Whopper, man. That's the king, baby. Nah. So,
God damn it.
nah. I mean, I'm sorry. I ain't got no. I mean, cause all my sex me songs, I play them with my wife. I'm boring, man. What the fuck you want from me? I don't know.
I ain't mad at you, dog.
I can make me hate myself.
I feel alone on this journey.
Man.
I ain't mad at you, dog. It's all good.
I mean, your fellow single dude let you down.
Yeah, money kind of.
Your fellow bachelor let you down.
Money kind of went left on me. Money went left. All right.
Yeah.
I went left? No way.
I thought money was going to be on the same train with me. Money took the bus. I don't know what's going on, man.
Oh,
Wow,
man.
so I went left. Wow.
And Al sounded like Pooh.
Yeah.
You know, hey, I ain't going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna answer for Pooh right now. Hold on. Let me get my Pooh voice right. You know, when I first saw Keita, you know, when I looked into her eyes,
I knew she was the one.
I knew she was the one. She became my guilty pleasure.
I knew I never dated another woman.
I knew I never dated another woman.
Oh man.
Because all my pleasures was found in her.
That's right.
I thought
That's
money
right.
was gonna get on
That's
here
right.
like every
That's right, my
weekend,
boy.
Every Wednesday and Thursday, I like adding names to my body count. That's just on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and then I like to treat myself.
That's right. Hey,
In the bathroom at a Hornets game. We read through your shit,
God,
buddy.
I'm crying.
We know what's happening around all that other shit. Like,
shit.
Yeah. Then I find some other chick that's got her one single ticket to Endgame, and then we go to the bathroom at the AMC. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, money. I'm living vicariously through you now. I'm the boring married guy.
True that.
Oh man. Well, Tierra, again, thank you for your question. Yoshi, you didn't let me down.
Tierra, what's your guilty pleasure?
I'm gonna reply to her email and ask what her guilty pleasure.
Email us back and tell us what your guilty pleasure is.
Please.
We would love to know.
Please.
The people want to know. Oh man, that should be interesting. And if it's
yeah.
Okay, we're gonna figure out what the hell can you do in Youngstown? I know you speak. Ain't Youngstown like a gangster city?
I'm gonna find out. I don't know. I'm gonna find out.
Oh yeah, I guess we will. Oh man,
I'll let y'all know next Tuesday.
Well, thank you guys for your questions. Again, we always appreciate your questions. We enjoy answering them. So if you want to have a question answered, or if you want to address an issue on the show, or if you got an issue with anything we say on the show, hit us up on social media at Go Defy Life, or you can email us at info@godefylife.com. So keep them coming. They are always enjoyable. Right?
Always.
Oh, man. All right. We're going to jump into some NBA really quick before we get into to Money's overdue trivia. He didn't get to do it last week due to system issues. So really quickly, playoffs just started. Outside of, I think, last night's mega comeback by the Clippers, where were they 31 points down, came back to beat the Warriors. Kind of add a little bit of intrigue to that series because nobody thought they have a chance to win a game. So I think that's the biggest story so far as as action goes. But, Money, what are your thoughts on the playoffs and who you see in the finals?
I'm really intrigued by this young Brooklyn Nets team, man, and how they're, because my sneaky pick out of the East is Philly, so I think they ended up hanging on to win last night, but the Nets are not scared of them.
No.
And I think they're too young to know any better. So they got a lot of talent on that roster. Ultimately, I think Philly will, end up winning the series. But the storylines, I think DeMarcus Cousins got a little banged up, so I think they think his injury might be serious. So that's a little storyline to watch, because I really feel like they actually needed him to. I think other teams in the West have kind of closed the gap a little bit, and I thought he was going to be the piece to, kind of solidify that. But if he can't go the rest of the playoffs, so I'm watching these little storylines of, a couple injuries, a couple. I still think Houston's very, very, very good. I just don't know if they have enough defensively to make a deep run in the Western Conference Finals. Portland may beat Oklahoma City. So, a lot of the intrigues in the West, just because that's where all the power teams are. But I am interested to see who in the East, Toronto looked okay, but the Magic actually won the season series against Toronto. So they could win this series. So it's just little, and historically, Kyle Lowry hasn't played very well in the playoffs, and so there are some things that could happen that I'm interested in, and I am watching pretty closely.
Okay, Al, what about you? You anything you paying attention to closely in the playoffs?
I definitely feel money calling out Brooklyn. I definitely, like the way they play, like their approach. They definitely are coming with no fear. I think when you look at the East, it's to me a little more wide open than the West. I think you got some real good teams out there in the West, but I'm still thinking Golden State is going to do it even without Boogie. I think.
No, it's DeMarcus.
The artist formerly known as Boogie. Yeah.
He don't want to call Boogie anymore.
No more Boogie. Wow, just that fast, huh? Okay, DeMarcus. Without Cousins.
Right, he grown now.
He grown now. I mean, Bogut was a pickup. Might turn out to be a wise pickup at this point. Add that depth in the big man slot. So I think Golden State is still the beast out in the West. And I agree. I was surprised that Orlando won that first game. And maybe it's a matchup thing. Maybe it's a Kyle.
It's a matchup thing. Yeah, it's definitely a matchup thing.
So, but I like Toronto. They're my pick coming out the East, though. I like Gasol, Kawhi. So to me, that's who I'm looking at coming out. I think Boston's going to be tough, but I think Kawhi is going to be the difference.
Okay.
Sure.
So I forgot to ask you, Money, who you got in the finals?
Golden State and Boston.
Okay. All right. Al, who you got in the finals?
Golden State and Toronto.
Okay. All right. Yosh, what you think about the playoffs and who you got in the finals?
I think this is probably one of the most unpredictable playoffs that we've had in a long time. I think outside of Golden State, you really can't. And Golden State's had their issues. I think they're going to continue to have their issues. For KD to only take 8 shots, the other was last night or night before? Last night. Yeah, he went 5 of 8. Patrick Beverly is doing a great job on him. But they're just better. They're just a better team than the Clippers, so they'll make it through that. The Trailblazers are playing amazing ball, as is, you look at the score now, they up on the Thunder right now. They're playing amazing basketball. The Raptors tonight annihilated the Magic, so I think the Raptors pretty much got it together. So I would say it's going to come down to the Raptors or the Celtics versus Golden State. Of course, there's probably an upset or two somewhere lying in there. But I just don't think – I think it's probably going to end up being the Raptors against Golden State because I don't think the Celtics have it quite figured out just yet. It's one of those things where I think that you last year they had a bunch of people who liked playing together. Like there was no hey man, look, you do this or this is what and to insert, you talking about 2 huge pieces that they had to insert, and it just hasn't worked all season. So, I mean, I just don't know if they can overcome all of that. And then you got the Bucks. I don't see Philly making it. I don't see Philly making it out the first round. I think Brooklyn is strong. I think Brooklyn is deep, and I don't think Philly shoots the ball well enough. They're not on a consistent base. You got probably one consistent player, and that's Jimmy Butler. outside of that, I don't know if you got anybody who can score the ball consistently, because what it was, God dog it, what's the boy name? He only had like 5 or 6 points in the first game. The point guard, God dog, Ben Simmons. Yeah, how much he had in the first game? It was a low ball.
He played erratic.
But he plays erratic. Period.
His game 2 was crazy though.
Like it was, but that's because the coach made an adjustment and played him differently. He allowed him to do different things. So now, is there going to be an adjustment made by Brooklyn to counter that?
He was playing a lot off the ball.
Exactly.
In that first game. He played a lot on the ball in the second game. That's where he needs to play.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's going to be an adjustment made.
This starting lineup is real, and Philly has only played together for eight games. Somebody's either been hurt or out or whatever. So I don't know if that's gonna, I don't know if they're gonna be able to gel in the playoffs. But they're very, very talented.
Talent is not. Listen, the talent is not absent in that from that team. I just feel like the problem and the issue is when they just don't. I don't know if they shoot the ball well enough to win a series like the one that they're going to, because Brooklyn's not backing down and they are scrappy.
No, they are.
They are extremely scrappy, and them boys play hard. And I just don't know. I if they win it, it's going to be 6 or 7. I don't think it's going to be in nothing like 5. It's going to be 6 or 7 if they pull it out. The Bucks will take care of the Pistons. And I don't know. It's very unpredictable. I think anybody who thinks they have the answer, if anybody thinks they have the answer to these playoffs, really doesn't know basketball. They just don't know basketball. To say, yo, I got all the answers, this is that, and this is that. Because, I mean, shoot, the Clippers came back last night from a 31-point deficit. I mean, and
win the series, though.
I'm not saying they're going to win the series, but like they said, Curry good for turning the rock over when he starts playing nonchalant. You know what I'm saying? KD will at times bitch up when he's defended extremely hard. You know what I mean? And the loss of DeMarcus Cousins, Bogut's good, but he ain't Cousins. So, but they've done it without Cousins. So, I mean, it's kind of like, I don't know what you're going to get, but you could see, I remember watching a play in game 1, Curry dribbles behind his back. He's got 2 or 3 defenders on him. He shoots a 3, gets an and 1. He's 5 steps behind the 3-point line, and he makes it. If it goes in, great shot. If it misses, horrible shot. The thing is, he makes more than he misses. But what happens if he starts missing? And in certain times, he's been known to disappear.
Then they lose the game, but they still win the series. That's what happens.
See, that's the thing. I don't know. When does your luck run out? At what point does it run? At what point does it run out? They have overcome a lot of adversity this year to be in this position, but and coaches know this everywhere. Man, shoot, Steve Kerr's probably holding that shit together with glue and duct tape, because there's probably so many issues going on that we don't know about, and who knows when the wheels will fall off.
I don't understand why everyone assumes that.
I mean, it's not a complete assumption, though. I mean, we've seen.
That's what I'm saying. You've seen issues, and my thing is with professional sports, what you see is just what made it out. There's a whole bunch of shit we don't see, and what you see is just what happens to have made it out. And I think that there's always in every team there's always some type of internal conflict that the team has to kind of get over or come together and rally and to overcome, to be successful. And the Warriors might do that again, but I just feel
you don't think they've been playing together long enough to have already done that?
No, not like this year. This year has not been like the previous years. Like the previous years, it's been kumbaya by the campfire shit. This year, it's been nigga, I can't wait to get out of here. Shit. Like,
and we've always seen the Warriors have those laps. Like they get bored. We've always seen that happen.
Bored.
But we've never seen them get bored in the playoffs.
Exactly.
And that's what can they. And I agree. Like I agree that I don't think they're gonna lose this series. But like it used to be, like it was one year. You win 73 games. They were locked in wire to wire. Then following year we started seeing a few little like they had to flip a switch and kind of turn it on when they felt they could. Then last year, it was later into the season, we saw these lapses and they get bored and we see these bad losses. And now it's into the playoffs. So it's kind of progressing to a point of, I wouldn't necessarily call it luck, but at what point does your carelessness catch up with you?
Yeah. Like that behind the back, like that behind the back pass.
That's one game, guys.
I'm just saying, I understand what you're saying, Money, but like, and I think that's the one thing. Now, I will say this: that's the one thing that makes the NBA playoffs unique from all the other playoffs. The better team, the majority of the time, is going to win. They're going to win because it's a 7-game series. Right. If the NFL had a 7-game series, the better team probably comes out. If the NCAA tournament had a 7-game series, the better team probably wins out. Right. And if my mama had a dick, she beat my daddy. But at the end of the day, this is what makes that type of thing interesting, because if for somebody to actually upset the Warriors, they gonna have to play every goddamn night. They gonna have to bring it, and I do see the Warriors winning, but I do see their carelessness possibly catching up with them. Maybe not this round, but maybe the third round. I think I can see it.
It'll cost them a game or two throughout the playoffs.
I'm not sure, but not last year. I would agree with you, Money. Year before that, I would agree with you.
But the question is, like, I mean, you've seen them tone that down when they come across that opponent that they are like, all right, let's focus. And let's play D.
Let's take care of business.
Let's handle this. And you look at that at when they playing LeBron. You look at that when they're playing at Houston. You're gonna see that when they playing the OKC. I can see them just having a mindset of not looking at the Clippers as we got to focus yet. We ain't got to turn it on yet. So now it's like, oh wow.
Well, I will say this. I mean, like
they got their attention.
But let's say this. Okay, the Clippers have been playing well all year.
Yes, they have.
So, like, for you to walk in and say, we don't respect the Clippers. Like, shit, they've been playing well all year.
It's not that they don't respect the Clippers. It's just that, they go through these periods where they'll take a game and they'll fuck around for a game. It's just,
okay, so that's
the
what
one
I'm saying.
Thing that gets me with Golden State, though, and we talk about respect, like, I don't think they respect how great they are.
That's it.
No, they don't.
That's what turns me off about them. Now, I still think they're going to win it all, but they definitely have a total disrespect of how great they are. Like, and this is why I say I do agree, like Al said, that we've always seen this where they have these lapses and like they play around and they don't play defense, but we haven't seen it in the playoffs. Not to this degree, and I agree. There's
been several series, at least 2 that I can remember, that they've been down 3-1.
Yeah, but they were just not playing well. There's a difference in not playing well and coming out and fucking around and not it's not even trying. Like you blow a 31-point lead in the playoffs, you deserve to lose that game. You get what I'm saying? Like there's no way that team. For any team, really. If you get up by 31,
you blow up 30, right?
You at some point you started disrespecting the other team. You started thinking, okay, yeah, we got this locked up. It happens, but that's what concerns me. We're not gonna give no credit. We're not gonna give no credit to the Clippers. I ain't saying that, but we're not talking about the Clippers. We're talking about the Warriors and their mentality. Okay. And so. All right. And I say this about Kevin Durant, and I've said this before. When your best player is not the leader of your team, these kind of issues happen over time. because Kevin Durant has no interest in being a leader. He said it before. I just want to play basketball. And when it comes times when it like Yo said, when it's a dude like Patrick Beverly in your hip pocket the entire time, sometimes those times being the best player on the court ain't enough. At some point you got to be a leader, because at some point everybody got a dude that's going to check you and keep you in check and frustrate you to a point where you're not playing well. But at some point you got to step up and be a leader. And Kevin Durant's not that. And so when he's not playing well, he can actually be a detriment to that team, because if Kevin Durant's not scoring, and I'm talking about in stretches, he's not a benefit to your team, because the rest of his game is predicated off how well he's scoring.
I could agree with that.
So I say all that to say, them motherfuckers gonna win the championship anyway. But, so yeah.
As did I. I said all that to say
Right.
they still gonna win.
Right.
I think them and the Celtics, them and the Bucks would be like an intriguing matchup.
Yeah.
You know,
I do have them in the Bucks in the finals, though.
because I think the Bucks is mega talented, and Antetokounmpo is my guy. So, you know, if they make it, you know, I don't know if they have enough without Brogdon, but if they do make it, I think that'll be an intriguing. It'll be an intriguing series. The Boston series would too.
Yeah, I don't know. Yoshi, you got in the finals?
I'd have to go with. Damn. I Golden State and probably the Raptors.
Okay.
The Golden State
Raptors might not
Raptors.
make it out the first round. We gonna see though.
I know. I just get a feeling about them. That's just me. I don't know. Cause I say that because I really honestly have no clue. You pay me in a box to say, hey, I want to answer. I'm gonna throw something on the wall and see if it sticks, because I don't know. I think this is such a toss up. This is the first time LeBron James isn't in the East. So it's almost like, who the fuck's gonna make it? So, you know, you just kind of, you kind of just see what happens.
Yeah, like that's crazy.
I know it's gonna be
though.
interesting.
Like Al just said something. I don't even know if anybody caught it, but it speaks to how weird it is in the East right now. When Al said the Warriors usually focus when they know they have like a challenge in front of them, and they usually like dial it in when they playing LeBron, or when they playing Houston, or when they're playing, name another team. The fact that you just say LeBron, and you don't have to name which team he's on, like indirectly speaks to how weird it is in the East now, because the fact that you remove that one man from the entire conference shakes the whole thing. Like a year ago, this conversation would have been so easy, at least from the East standpoint.
Right.
And so it's just so weird, because we don't even have enough like data to know how any of these teams are going to respond without the shadow of LeBron hanging over the East.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
So, that's why it was so exciting when he left, because it was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
The East is wide open.
Right.
Let's see who's going to step up. And, wow, I'm so impressed with Toronto. I cannot ignore Milwaukee as a serious threat because of the Greek freak.
Right.
So.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. I mean, y'all know, as much as I hate not seeing LeBron in the playoffs, this is probably the most fun I'm going to have watching the playoffs in a long time.
Right.
So it'll be interesting. Speaking of LeBron, and we touched on this, last year when his school opened, so I do want to give a shout out. So his I Promise school, everybody knows the premise of the entire school and the situation of a lot of those kids when that were accepted into the school and chosen to attend that school. There were a lot of trouble students, a lot of subpar academics. So he took on that challenge within that school to make a difference. And so just wanted to acknowledge that, now the school is now seeing students vastly improving and now surpassing test scoring standards, in the I Promise school. So shout out to LeBron.
Absolutely.
Like that man continues to amaze and continues to, make gold out of everything he touches. So shout out to LeBron. Even though he ain't in the playoffs, he's still making a difference. So absolutely. All right, man. Y'all ready for some trivia?
Oh yeah.
All right, Money. Hit us with it, man. You got skipped over last week due to technology. So let us know what you got.
I'm back, baby. The real is back with some trivia. Okay, y'all. Y'all know how I do it.
First off, let me make a check really quick. Pooh, are you there? Okay, no Pooh. If you show up in the third round, fuck him. All right, just want to make sure he was there.
Sure that.
He ain't he on? It looked like he muted.
That kid on?
That kid ain't on.
Yeah, I'm muted.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm muted.
I knew it.
Showed up for overtime.
Yo, young fella. What's goody?
What's good?
Oh shit, I gotta put you on the scoreboard then. My bad. My bad.
I thought I saw you lingering, but I wanted to be sure.
Hey, money.
Yo.
Go ahead and give him my spot. I'ma wrap it up.
we gotta
Yo's about to be out.
Yeah, man. I'm call it a night, man. So I can get up and teach these little youngins.
Yo's got a trip to make to Youngstown, man. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm about to hit the road. I'm about to hit the road to Youngstown. Nah, I'm gonna make that trip on Saturday.
No doubt.
But I'll holler at y'all boy next Tuesday, man.
Yos, man.
Hey, Defy Life, man.
Defy Life.
Defy Life, young fella. Well, Yosh is out of here. Then, all right. Let me change the scoreboard again. Good grief. All right. So for this week, we have. Y'all know how well Pooh missed so many shows that I don't think he's ever been on one of my trivias. But So all right, I got 4 categories. They're pretty consistent. Same categories as always. We have the category of places, the category of miscellaneous, the category of 3 men in a squad. Today we have 3 men in a squad, the NBA playoff version, and also hip hop number ones.
Okay.
Each question has 5 categories, 1 through 10. There's the opportunity to double a few up, but I will not tell you which those are. So who won last week?
Can you go through it one more time? Read them again.
Oh, we have places. We have miscellaneous. We have 3 men in the squad, the NBA playoff version.
Okay.
We have hip hop and hip hop number ones.
Gotcha. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I won last week.
All right, so we'll go Jay, Al, and Pooh. All right, so Jay, where you going?
Let me get that 3 men in the squad for 50.
3 men in the squad for 50. Ivan Kubak, Tyrone Wallace, Garrett Temple.
Ivan Kubak, I know who the fuck.
Tyrone Wallace and Garrett Temple. 10, 9, 8, 7.
Oh, the fuck Kubak play? I just saw him play the other night.
3, 2, 1. You got an answer for me?
The Clippers.
Yeah, he plays for the Clippers. I'll give you that one. You got him right in there at the buzzer. They all play for the Clippers.
Oh fuck. I saw him last night.
At the buzzer.
At the buzzer, kid. All right, Alice, on you.
Let me get places for 30.
Places for 30. In the famous movie. Oh, no, my bad. Places for 30. Woo! Almost gave you the wrong question. My bad. This place is the birthplace of Black poet Maya Angelou.
Florida.
No, sir.
What'd
Maya
you say,
Angelou
Al?
was born.
I said Florida.
Oh, I thought it was Maryland, isn't it? No?
No, Maya Angelou was born in St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh,
So
wow.
mistake. Oh. Give me that question you was about to say with in the famous movie. What's that?
Miscellaneous. That's miscellaneous for 30.
Give me that.
Do you miscellaneous for 30?
Yeah.
All right. Pool miscellaneous for 30. This will make our comic book fans very happy. In the famous movie and comic series, The Transformers, what planet are the Transformers from?
No clue.
Do I got to repeat the question?
No, you don't. I don't know.
10, 9,
No, I don't
8. You got to throw something out there?
know. Nah, I don't know. Just give the answer and move on. I don't know that.
Anyone? Jay, you want to tell them? Don't nobody know? Wow. The Transformers are from
Cybertron.
Cybertron.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is correct.
Oh, Pooh, you let me down. Well,
Oh, you
I was
now
gonna say Voltron, but I know that was like what they linked it to. So I know that wasn't it. So I didn't have a clue.
oh man, give
all right.
me 3 men in the squad for 40.
3 minute squad for 40. Zaza Pachulia, Thon Maker, Jose Calderon.
Where the fuck did Thon get traded to? Shit in the play.
10,
Thon
9,
got traded to
8,
and he got traded
7,
twice.
6,
Thon
5,
got traded to the Pistons.
4. That is whoa, boy, you on fire, boy. They can play for the Pistons.
Zaza played for the Pistons though? I didn't know that.
Zaza plays for the Pistons, yeah.
Shit.
Let me try 3 men in the squad for 30.
3 minute squad for 30 on you, Al. We got Gary Clark, Michael Frazier, Trevon Duvall.
Gary Clark.
The Redskin.
Michael.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm like, wasn't he a wide receiver?
Michael Frazier and Trevon Duvall. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Want to throw one out there with 1 second left?
I'll go with, I have no idea, the Nets.
Nah, I gotta buzz you out,
The
man.
Magic.
I said the
Magic?
Nets.
It's the Rockets.
Both of those teams are wrong. That team is the Rockets. That is correct.
Okay.
All right, Pooh, where you going?
Give me 3 men in the squad for 100, because that's what I need. What-
You want it for
What's
20?
Well, yeah, let me get that.
3 men in the squad, NBA playoff version. Sterling Brown, DJ Wilson, Tim Frazier. Sterling Brown, DJ Wilson, Tim Frazier. 10, 9, 8, 7,
The Nuggets.
6. Those people do not play for the Nuggets, sir. Those are all Bucks.
True. No clue.
All right, Jay, back on you.
Let me wrap it out for 10.
3 men in the squad for 10. Robert Williams, Brad Wanamaker, Jonathan Gibson.
They are. Huh?
Oh, I was going to repeat the names.
They're all Boston Celtics.
Those are all Boston Celtics. That is correct. Jay, you have 100. All right, 3 men in the squad. The NBA playoff edition is closed out. Jay has 100. Al and Pooh have zeros. Alice, on you.
Sounds about right.
Let me go places for 40.
Places for 40. You got this question the last time. All right. We know that the highest U.S. population city of black people is Detroit. What is the second largest population black U.S. city in the United States, according to percentage?
Did I really get this last time?
Yeah, you got the Detroit one. You got the Detroit one last time.
I don't like black folks.
Damn,
10,
right.
9.
Can I go with
8.
DC?
Washington, D.C. is not correct, sir. The largest black population city in the U.S., the second largest by percentage, is Jackson, Mississippi.
Wow.
At 80.1%.
Damn, that's black.
That's black.
That is super black. Yo, Syracuse is like number 9, and I did not know that.
I ain't either.
Yeah.
Wow.
Syracuse, New York. Yeah, I would not. Yeah, like 61% of the people that live in Syracuse is black. I did not know that.
What's left for 50?
Places for 50, miscellaneous for 50, hip hop number ones for 50.
Hip hop number ones for 50, please.
Okay. Hip hop number ones for 50. This 2005 hit spent 10 weeks at number 1. It was produced by Kanye West and John Bryan. It today is a great karaoke favorite. What is this hip hop number 1?
I know what that is.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You gotta give me something?
Gold Digger.
Gold Digger is correct, sir. Gold Digger is correct, sir.
I'm back.
Who is on the board with 50? All right, Jay, it's on you.
Let me get places for 50.
Places for 50. This city is home to the Nike headquarters. What is this?
Fuck is it?
10.
Portland, Oregon.
9, 8. Portland, Oregon is incorrect.
Fuck.
Seattle?
It's actually Beaverton, Oregon.
Beaverton, Oregon.
Oh,
I was like,
Beaverton.
shit. Yeah.
Good guess, though. A lot of people think it's Portland, but it's Beaverton.
Yeah.
Alice, on you.
What's left with miscellaneous?
10, 20, 40, and 50.
Let me get 50.
Woo! Boy, you're so lucky.
It's a double.
It's not a double, but it is worth it. Name me all 10 members of the Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh, shit.
Wow. Okay. Okay, now I'm testing my skills. So let's go. You got UGod. You got RZA. You got Jizzer. You got Meth. You got Rake. You got Ghost. You got ODB.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You got Deck. You got Master Killer. Capadonna.
That's correct. You got all 10.
Wow, good one, huh?
Big 50 bringing it home.
Yes, sir.
I thought that. I was like, this is going to be an Al question. For some reason, I felt it.
Wow.
Wow.
Good one, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right,
Alex.
Pooh, it's on you.
Alex, we still have miscellaneous for 50, right?
No, that was the one Alex.
Oh, that was it. I'm bugging. Let me get hip hop number ones for 40, Alex.
Hip hop number ones for 40. This 2004 song spent 2 weeks at number one.
What?
This. Oh, my bad.
I thought that was it.
I was like, damn, I'm glad I didn't get that one.
Okay.
This 2004 hit spent 2 weeks at number one. It was produced by Pro J. This song actually featured Soldier Slim, who was killed at the end of 2003 and never got to see the success of this song. What is the name of this song? 10, 9, 8, 7,
Soldier.
6, 5. Soldier, is that the name of the song?
With Destiny Child, isn't it?
Or are you asking me to? Oh, Soldiers, Destiny Child? No, sir, that's not it.
Oh, okay.
Anybody want to take a crack? That is Juvenile featuring Soldier Slim, Slow Motion.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'll never get it.
It has an affinity with 05.
That was 04, kid.
Oh, it said 05.
Nope. Jay, back on you.
Let me get Places for 40.
Places for 40 is taken.
Oh, Places for 30.
Places has 10 and 20 left.
Oh, what does Miscellaneous have?
Miscellaneous has 10 and 20 left.
What else is left in whole?
What else is left in where?
In total.
Oh, Places has 10 and 20 open. Miscellaneous has 10 and 20 open. Hip Hop number ones has 10, 20, and 30 open.
Let me go Places for 20.
Places for 20. All right. Places for 20 is a double question.
Yeah.
There are four possible answers, so you can get double the points for this.
Okay.
Places for 20. In the United States, there are 4 states that consider themselves commonwealths. What are those 4 states? 10.
I know Virginia
9,
is one.
8, 7.
So hold up. So I got to answer all 4 to get double.
You gave me. Yeah.
So what do I have to do to get single?
You just give me 2.
Okay. Virginia and Pennsylvania are 2.
That's correct.
Commonwealth.
Right into the count. You was at 6.
5.
Commonwealth.
4.
Massachusetts is another one.
2. Yep.
Commonwealth
1.
of
0.
Commonwealth. Kentucky.
You got to give me something. Damn, he got it. That's correct. You get 40 points for that one.
Whew. I didn't realize there were only 4.
That's it.
Shit. Yeah, Commonwealth of yeah, shit.
What's left for miscellaneous?
10 and 20.
How about places?
10.
Okay, let me do 20 miscellaneous.
20 miscellaneous is a double point opportunity question.
All right.
If you give me both answers, you get double the points. If you just give me one, then you only get the 20 points.
Okay.
At what temperature does water boil? You can give me the Fahrenheit answer and the Celsius answer for double points. You can give me just one answer for the single points.
Water boils
10, 9, 8,
200
7,
degrees Fahrenheit.
6. That is not the exact degrees. I can't give you that one. Do you know the Celsius? 5,
I do
4.
not. 72.
No. Water boils at 212 degrees Fahrenheit, 100 degrees Celsius.
Wow.
So you left those points on the board. Pull us on you. All right. Oh, also the J has 140, Al has 50, Pooh has 50.
What's the Hail Mary question?
I don't know. I don't have a Hail Mary question. I'm not sure.
Damn, what's left? Everything
Places,
for 10, right?
Places for 10, miscellaneous for 10, hip hop number ones for 10, 20, and 30.
Let me go for the 30, man. Hip hop number ones. I knew everything 10 was left, though.
But I'm tricksy. Sometimes I make them 10-point questions worth a lot. Okay. Hip hop number ones for 30. This 1998 song spent 2 weeks at number one. It was produced by Lauryn Hill. Not only did this song hit number one, it debuted at number one, becoming only the 10th song in history to do so. Well, hip hop song. What is this 1999 song? 10. I'm sorry, 1998 song. 10, 9, 8, 7.
Lost one.
Lost one. That's actually incorrect. That would be doo-wop that thing.
That was a good thought, though. I was thinking Lauryn Hill, too, though.
Those did come off the same album, though, so you were close.
You get an honorable mention with no points.
Right.
All right, Jay, back on you.
Let me get what's left in places again? 10?
10.
Let me get 10 places.
With a total enrollment of over 60,000 students, the State University of New Jersey is also known as what? 10, 9, 8, 7.
Rutgers?
6. That is correct. Yeah, well, though you just guessed?
Well, shit, I just went with the largest university in New Jersey that I know of.
True that.
I knew it wasn't Princeton.
Yeah, that's actually not the actual name of the university, the State University of New Jersey. And people just call it Rutgers.
I did not know that.
I mean, that's not the official name of the school. Rutgers is not the official name of the school.
Where the fuck does Rutgers come from?
I don't know.
Interesting.
Al, you got miscellaneous for 10, hip hop number ones for 10 and 20.
I'll do hip hop number ones for 20.
Hip hop number ones for 20. This 1993 song spent 7 weeks at number one. It was produced by MC Shan. It's considered like the jam. What is this 1993 song?
It was produced by MC Shan.
Yep. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. It was a jam in 93. 2, 1, 0.
I'm gonna go with Nas. Am I right artist?
No.
No. I don't know.
That would be Snow's Informer.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Wow.
That was, you know how crazy how shit happens. So you know how a song be stuck in your head. Some song stuck in your head every morning. That song was stuck in my head like last Tuesday.
For real?
Yeah. And I
Wow.
felt like an idiot. But wow.
Yeah. All right, Pooh.
Damn, I got to do something, man. Give me
Gotta shake, kid.
got to shake. Give me. Damn, this is a daunting task. Give me that 10 that's worth all them points you were talking about. Give me miscellaneous for the 10.
All right. Miscellaneous with a 10 is worth 10 points. All right. It's a play on the second question. Water freezes at 32 degrees Fahrenheit. What temperature is that? Does water freeze Celsius?
Say that one more time.
Water freezes at 32 degrees Fahrenheit. What
All right.
temperature does water freeze Celsius? 10, 9,
That's the
8,
question I needed.
7,
No.
6.
Read it one more.
Five.
Read it one more time, though. Cause my phone.
Water
my phone was-
freezes.
Call.
Okay,
what,
no
what
doubt.
was, read it one more time.
Water freezes at 32 degrees Fahrenheit. What temperature does it freeze at Celsius? 5,
Still missed it.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Anita, you got anything?
Damn, I still missed it, man.
You got it.
34.
34 is not correct. Does anyone know?
0 degrees.
0 degrees, that's correct. All right, last question to you, Jay. You can put them away. You got hip-hop number ones for 10. I think you avoided this whole category.
I did. Cause them shits be like so like random, man. I can never get these shits. Go ahead though. I accept your challenge.
All right, hip-hop number ones for 10. This 1997 smash hit spent 11 weeks at number one. It was produced by Puffy and Stevie J. A lot of people consider it to be one of the best hip-hop songs of all time. It's a classic. What is this 1997 smash hit? 10.
More money, more problem.
9. Oh, that's close, but that's not correct. It's I'll Be Missing You.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow.
All right. Jay, you zipped them up, though. Alan, Poole tie with 50. I don't have any second place tiebreaker questions.
Put him in a cash.
And Jay has 150. So,
Word.
but
All right. Well, I'll take me and West Coast Jay's championship belt and strut around my house for a little bit. No doubt. All right. Well, money you hosted, man. Shit, what you got for me?
Yo, first of all, I love hosting trivia.
Yeah.
That's like my shit. I really enjoy putting it together. So y'all always crack me up. Pooh, I appreciate you joining my trivia for the first time. All that.
It's only your third one.
True that. Hey, but you missed the last two, so that's all good.
That's real.
But my shout outs, hey, we're in April. Hey, it's about to be May, and I know it feels like the year just started, man. So we just definitely want to give we are growing tremendously. I know y'all hear us say this, but like if you guys could be on the inside watching this thing, man, this we got a lot of things coming down the pike. You know, we're doing a lot of big things. So I just want to take my shout outs to thank the fans, the listeners all across the network. You know, tell somebody, tell a friend, tell a coworker, tell somebody like, check us out. We appreciate your support. And if you're not rocking with Defy Life, man, you're not messing with Defy Life, man, what is your life about?
No doubt, no doubt. All right. Al, what you got for me?
Nothing, man. Just have a good week. It is almost springtime. Well, I guess it is springtime. But yeah, just everybody stay safe. Shout out to the folks you love. And look forward to this every week. See y'all next week.
All right. Thomas Stevens, what you got for me, sir?
Hey, I just want to shout you guys out, man. Appreciate you guys. You guys are the epitome of professionals. I got a lot going on, and you guys carrying my slack right now, and I appreciate it, man.
Hey, man. Yeah, man. We joke and clown a lot, but man, we miss you when you ain't here, and but we understand. We know there's a bigger picture.
Man, well, I've become the star of the show. I just wanted you to know that I've become the star of the show. By the way, y'all heard West Coast Jay say I was his favorite.
Yeah.
Hey,
shout out to West Coast Jay.
Shout out West Coast Jay.
No doubt.
They never did replace Eddie Kane.
So. Right.
True that.
Oh, man.
You all right with me, Pooh?
Yeah, I feel you. I appreciate it.
No doubt. Oh, man. I ain't got nothing crazy, man. I just want to give a shout out to Russell Wilson, man, for becoming the NFL's highest paid player of all time. He's on a mega with 6 year, $140 million, $64 million
4 year.
guarantee.
I thought it was
4 year extension.
Yeah,
4 year extension. With shout out to Russell Wilson, man. Guy who was a long shot, kind of coming into the league, and a short quarterback who kind of, took the baton from Drew Brees and helped start that trend. So it's good to see the brother doing good, man. And it couldn't happen to a better dude. So happy for Russell, man.
No doubt.
So,
absolutely.
All that. Yeah, so that's all we got, man. Again, we want to thank all of our listeners. We want to thank again Jennifer Griffith as our newest patron on Patreon. Again, follow us on social media at Go Defy Life. You can email us at info@godefylife.com. Again, you can find our Patreon at patreon.com/Go Defy Life. So yeah, we appreciate everybody, and as Money said, we are so appreciative of the growth, both from our fans and listeners, but also from the guys here and everyone involved in the network. So that's it. That's all we got, man. We will talk to you folks next week. Until then, Defy Life.
Defy Life.
Defy Life.
Defy Life. I can't find my Skype to hang up. Oh, there it is. I'm out, folks.
Alright. My phone won't even hang up.
Yeah, I had the
This
fun.
is
I
Coach
had the
English
fun
of the
joint.
Staley and English show with Coach Kurtz. Me, along with my brothers, Coach Staley and Coach Kurtz, talk everything related to high school, college, and professional sports. It's the first show by coaches, for coaches, parents, and players. New episodes drop each Monday on GoDefyLife.com and everywhere your favorite podcasts are available.
Welcome to the Coach Staley, Coach English show. Ghoulish. Gang. Coach put me in the